Yeah.
What's up, everybody? This is the Crowded Room podcast with Alex and Jer. Tonight we got Lucky Luciano Part 2 featuring Domenic. How do you say your last name? Chinelli. But first, as usual, some Switchblade Union.
Switchblade to a single in the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenading in the moonlight. Hop into the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes with a glow running high. Let me know when alive when the union arrives. And the street light shining. You know my time's arriving. Out when it's dark cause we midnight vibing. Midnight driving, cruising by flying. Living so fast, never think about dying. Pulls up in the dark, can we hang out with the Batman? Scars on my knuckles cause we fucking with the wolf gang. Switchblade shining, night bright whining. Stars in my eyes when the moonlight shines in. Murder rap on first track, killing shit cause I've been begging. Suicide on the second, I don't care, just accept it. Next swipe and you're doomed. Switchblade coming soon, chills on your spine when we have up to the fucking moon. Still shine bright, fast spot, naked eyes want short now slice with the right swat. Blood on my fist, knife test on my wrist, moonshine with the blade, just cruising through the mist. Little bit of midnight, think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenading in the moonlight. Hop into the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes with a glow running high. Let me know when alive when the union arrives. And a little bit of midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenading in the moonlight. Hop into the fucking sky cause the moon bright.
Fresh beats straight from Switchblade Union. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Thursday night once again. Oh, wow.
Oh, he's back from the dead.
The song is resurrected, Kyle. Yeah.
You guys fuck me up. Cheers. We'll see you guys in a few weeks. I gotta go.
Right on.
I think you owe me rent money.
Yeah.
You've been here for weeks just sleeping in this fucking room.
The spirit of the crowded room has resurrected you again. God damn it.
Holy shit.
Kyle, get out of here.
Holy.
Get your saggy ass out of here. Let's go.
We'll see you in about 3 hours.
Andrew says you guys are goat cheesy. Jesus. For those of you that didn't know, Kyle G famously passed out on the podcast about 3 weeks ago.
Cheers to Kyle G's ass.
Cheers.
Cheers, my brothers.
Yeah.
Just like Jesus, after 3 weeks, he was.
He's not 3 days. Well, that was 3 days.
I know. 3 something.
He's been down there, yeah, and finally, I guess that song finally just kicked the devil out of him or something.
Yeah, he said it a couple times.
Yeah, so that was Switchblade Union. What do you call that song?
Switchblade Serenade. Switchblade
very,
Union.
very creative.
Yeah. It is about a switchblade shining in the moonlight.
There we go. That's true.
I love that. I actually love that opening.
It's a perfect
awesome.
opening song. Plus, because he made it so we don't get copyright infringements for any of that stuff, right? Yeah. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you're back again for a second installment with Luch and his friend Domenic. Thank you guys for coming back. Thank you so much for the shirts, second round of shirts that he gave us. It's really setting a great precedent for the guests to come. Honestly, I'm not going to look at them the same if they don't bring me a shirt.
Well, look what else they brought here.
A nice charcuterie setup. Yeah,
this is awesome. We
beautiful.
We got some buns.
European style, boys.
Yeah, Don Julio and stuff.
You can't actually do this without actually having,
with some refreshments. Yeah. No, well, it's new.
Food.
It's the first.
Switch on this mic.
Oh yeah. Hey, we got to
turn it on.
That little switch up.
There you go.
Yeah, how's that?
There we go. And now Dom's mic is on. Very
no,
professional.
he's not. No.
No.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of technical difficulties.
Just a little bit.
We'll get this. We'll get this. But anyways, Jer, tell us what the hell you did all week.
So this week I dude, lots of sparring this week. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
Lots of
You went
kickboxing.
Monday?
Actually, no, I didn't. It
Oh,
was just
okay.
one night. Yeah, no,
One
but that
night.
was the highlight of my week so
One night
far.
was awesome.
Just been had been pasted to YouTube, just watching the views go up for this last podcast.
Really?
Every day I'm like, holy fuck, I should text Alex. I'm like,
That was our
he doesn't
biggest viewership ever,
Last
honestly.
week.
Not initially, not live, but over the breadth of the last week, it was, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to get that 2.5 hours of my life back.
No, exactly. And no one else will, but we didn't charge you for it either. So everyone's kind of even, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Um,
I guess it sounds like I'm in a can, eh?
I
really?
think you guys are gonna have to share the mic or something
That
because
sucks.
that's not working.
Mine's not working.
Luch doesn't know how to share.
You don't
Yeah.
know if mine's working or that one's not. Well, we can. Yeah, whatever. I mean, we're gonna get to know each other in this.
There we go.
Really.
Now, check
Right?
it.
See, is that-
Oh,
oh,
hey,
there we go.
Hey,
Every
all
time
right.
we pushed the mic down into the
Hey.
stand, it turned it off.
Oh, fantastic.
So just
yeah.
try not to push it down.
Yeah.
into there.
If I talk too much, you'll push the mic down. I
Yeah,
get it,
yeah.
All
That's
right.
enough out of you.
Welcome to the Crowded Room podcast.
Just a little bit of
ladies and
technical
gentlemen.
difficulties, but we're back on top here.
Yeah.
That was a word from our sponsors, but now we're back. Thank you guys so much for showing up again. Thursday night at 7 every week. We try to show up and show some goddamn content to the world.
Hell yeah.
We really appreciate what you guys have done, what you've brought for us. The shirt's amazing. I'm really running low on shirts, so I really appreciate.
Well, if you do laundry from time to time, you'd be okay.
Right? Yeah.
No shit. Eh?
I think my problem is I let it build up, and then when I'm doing laundry, I have nothing to wear.
Well, when I was a bachelor, I used to just go buy new shirts whenever I do laundry.
Right, and
Yeah.
just throw out the old
Yeah.
ones.
Oh no, you just keep them and then just stack up.
I've been doing that
Yeah.
lately. I
Then
do
you got
laundry once
25
every
years worth of laundry.
every like 3 months I do laundry.
Yeah.
Right. I think we're setting up a hunting trip, so I'm finding all my hunting clothes. We found 4 bags of like trash bags of just clothes that need to get donated, that you're just tired of wearing and you don't want to throw out because they're still good clothes, right? But
I did that in springtime this year.
right,
Emptied out my closet. All the
right,
bullshit.
right.
Well, hunting will be the thing to do nowadays, eh?
Nowadays,
Yeah.
we're trying to get out this weekend. I have a moose draw for October.
Nice,
Sweet.
nice.
Yeah, in 6-4 around Smithers Burns Lake area. So it'll be nice. Hopefully something, right? I've gone a few years now and got nothing at all.
Yeah. Well, prepping. Better prep.
But the
Prepping is
thing
what we need to be doing.
I'm teaching myself kind of like I never had a dad that did this for 20 years and passed down like, right. I just show up like, oh, where's the moose?
Yeah.
You guys seen a
I
moose?
heard there was a
around here,
moose
buddy?
around here. I have a tag for a moose.
Wow.
Have you seen him?
You want to know?
Could you tell the
back
moose?
there.
Yeah.
You want to know how Italians go hunting? Like we'll go to the farm, we'll see this pig, it'll come running at us, and all the guys will be there, and they'll be pinning it out, and one guy gets to have the sledgehammer and right on the forehead.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like hunting.
Yeah, that
Sounds
is
like
hunting.
gang
That's Italian
initiation or
hunting.
something.
And we have a big
Shit.
party. Yeah.
Wow.
This is how you get your
How do you think we get the sausage?
yeah, this is how you
Yeah.
get your sausage.
Oh, that's how we get the sausage. There we go. That's how we get a
Nice.
charcuterie board. When we
Yeah,
get a little
we're gonna
hungry,
bring that.
I brought snacks. So
My Croatian grandpa used to always like try to scare me when I
Right.
was a kid about, like cutting the pig's throat. He's like, oh yeah, you slice throat. And
Oh,
feel
yeah.
good,
Right.
warm blood. Ooh.
And he would
making
tell
a
you to
speck, eh?
I was
Making a
like,
good
holy
speck,
fuck.
yeah.
he would tell you to hit him with a hammer.
Where is your
didn't he?
grandpa?
grandpa's
Where is your grandpa? He's supposed to be here tonight.
That's a different grandpa
No,
than who you're talking
different-
about.
it's different-
But yeah, that grandpa, he's
Yeah.
just at home, just chilling.
Now,
Yeah.
you know
If knew
what
how
you
to
guys
use
got to do?
YouTube for
I
anything
think
other
what you
than
guys got to
porn,
do
then-
is do a call every once in a while. Because if he's not in the house, every once in a while, you know what? It's just.
Should we
it's-
call him right now?
I bet
He
she's on the
could.
couch watching the news or something. But I mean, just getting him just to talk for that little bit there, man. It's I don't know. I love the
We
guy.
can try it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell me
I
you got some
mean,
other Europeans in here too.
He doesn't really text or anything like
He
that.
doesn't
hey.
text. I got to call the home that he lives at.
Oh,
It'd
Be
be,
like, hey, is
yeah,
Dave there?
it'd be nice to give him a warning, like, hey,
We're gonna call you tonight.
we're gonna call you live on YouTube.
I remember
could-
Jeremy was always raving about the pierogi nights. He's just like, you won't even believe when we were working together. He's just like,
Oh,
you're not even
with
gonna
his-
believe. Oh,
really?
Geez, oh, mom made a nice, beautiful plate of pierogies and it was
Right.
just fresh all the bacon and sour cream. I was just like,
We
"Yeah,
actually
it's like
press it.
me, man. Look."
I've done it before where you press the pierogies and it's just
Yeah.
so much work, dude.
Oh,
It's insane. And it's great. It's much better.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of
sure,
work.
man.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had a Ukrainian friend in high school, and his grandma would always make pierogies for people.
Yeah.
And my grandma would go over and play cards with her all the time. So I would like tag along. Like,
Oh, man.
"Ugh, I'm gonna sit here, watch TV, and just eat pierogies while you guys play cards."
Well, there's every year is it the Ukrainians or the Polish here? They do their big huge pierogi sales.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and you
Oh,
can buy
yeah.
bags of
Yeah, they're
pierogies
fun.
from them.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
And they're
their fundraiser.
phenomenal,
You
all
can just order
handmade.
them.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a fundraiser.
Yeah. I'd like it a lot more, but it's just so much work. It's not worth it. It's something you
Wow,
want to set up
Wow. Now you're
and
pushing.
freeze.
It's worth the work.
You want to
man.
freeze like dozens and dozens at a time,
This guy here ran the farm.
right?
I mean, you're
But
talking
to
to the
be
guy
like,
that put the
oh,
work in. This guy's done
You
it.
want pierogies tonight, and you make one batch. Like that's a little bit much for me. But you're talking to a generation that fucking orders food on their phone.
Well,
every
that
day,
generation is the problem, right?
Yeah.
We need to change that, right? You guys
Yeah.
can learn the stuff. We'll teach you. Right.
Right.
That's what us
It's-
older guys are here for,
It's
right?
less learning and more the ambition to
Older
learn.
guy. Older guy.
You gotta, yeah.
Oldest guy.
Really? How old are you?
Who's the
guys?
oldest guy in the room?
Yeah. What is your
Oh.
Older guys.
Older guys,
You're
yeah.
not gonna
Right.
Believe my age.
Yeah.
It's insane how young me and Jer are over here. Yeah.
I just turned 25 last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody
too.
that was listening last week, they were laughing. They're like, "And you guys were talking about losing weight. Like, come on, is that a podcast?" I'm like,
Talk
"That's a
about
great."
losing weight.
Remember we were talking. I think we got
Who's
this,
saying this to you?
this was 3/4 into the
I
bottle.
mean, it
right?
was
Oh,
3
it's
hours long.
Alex
Yeah.
is talking about 30 pounds he dropped, and then I think you were talking about,
through like,
and I'm
our
like, no,
fucking
this
adolescence.
is exactly what we should be talking about, right?
Well, that's just
guys
it. There's
improving
no-
their lives.
This
Yeah.
isn't a news segment
Right?
or a journalistic endeavor.
having some of you guys on, or having you guys on, some of the new listeners may not realize that this podcast isn't just dedicated to the freedom movement and
Yeah.
stuff, like it's,
Right,
we talk about whatever,
Yeah.
like
Literally
anything.
anything.
So
Yeah.
like,
That's the same thing we do. We talk
Yeah.
about everything
Right.
too, right? But we
Yeah.
talk about the things that the way it used to be that we thought
Yeah.
it was, right?
yeah,
And so we want to go back
Right.
to the old ways,
absolutely. Yeah.
and the old ways aren't there right now.
Yeah.
fair enough.
The ways that we were taught in school, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that yet, but
Oh,
Well, I mean,
we
I'm
will.
sure there were probably guys when the automobile was invented. They're like, "Oh, fucking horse and buggy's the way for me."
Well, when they had
guys
square
were
wheels,
so-
man.
yeah.
You remember the square
Yeah.
wheels days?
In
No, you
Canada,
know what it is?
yeah.
I think, Alex, you've touched on it. And I think what's happening, and you've touched on it just now too, is it's just at a faster pace. And I was just
Yeah.
I just like to, that's why I like to go out to the cabin and stuff like that on the weekend. It's just
Slow
to
it
kind
down.
of slow
Yeah.
it down, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you just want to enjoy the moment because everything is just happening at a rapid pace.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you look at, because you guys, you don't have any kids or, but we've got kids
That
and-
they know of.
that they know of, right? But we just look at the kids now and it's just like, what the hell is going on? Right?
Yeah.
And the kid's 14, my daughter's 14 now,
Wow.
but at the same time, it's just, I know what Dom's saying and I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just like, man, I just want to savor this moment,
Stop and breathe.
stop
Yeah.
and breathe. And like that's why we just got to get off the grid. When you guys go hunting, that's
yeah.
the same thing, right? You're with your bros and
Yeah.
just, and it's
Life's
the
slow.
camaraderie. I mean, it's to slow it down. This is just going way too fast for a lot of us.
Yeah.
And then
And-
this
and
agenda
really just-
2030 is just like, it's really picking things up. And I mean, if people
Yeah.
don't really know what the heck's going on, you need to do some research out there.
And if you bury your head in the
Right.
sand, you'll get left behind real quick.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
It used to be your children kind of outdated you.
Yeah.
And people got used to that and just said, "Oh, well, it's your time now." But now it's like 3 weeks outdates you
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah,
not
that's
up
right.
to date and trying to
yeah.
actively seek out information. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found that really hard when I used to
Get
work.
away from these.
Get away from your
these.
phone. Yeah.
Yeah. You
I
have
used
to like,
to-
put them aside and
Yeah.
yeah.
I found it working out of town, you'd be gone for 4 weeks at a time. When you came back, it was like a different episode of a show. Like you're not watching the same show anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, when you miss a few
You're,
episodes.
Yeah.
you missed season 2.
Exactly.
exactly. Now
And
it's
then
season
you're like,
3.
"Oh, why aren't these people talking to these people anymore?" And you're like, "Well,
Yeah, just start binge watching.
yeah, exactly. You better go back."
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's only exacerbating. It's compounding, and it's going to be scary in the future if it keeps going like this. Because I mean, pretty quick we're going to have a generation of kids raised by influencers that like never got eye contact with their parents because everyone's like, "Oh, his first steps, check it out."
No
Right?
shit, eh?
Like, and what do you think that's going to do to kids?
Oh,
Right?
for sure.
Like,
They're not going to be able to survive in these days, right? So if we actually think about it, we have to go back to the old ways. We have to go back to, preparing our foods, making gardens, spending time with families. How many people actually sit at the dinner table with their families and sit and have a conversation, eat dinner?
Mhm.
If you go to an Italian dinner's 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to an Italian Christmas before. It was seven courses.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
And one of them was fish. It's fish oriented.
Yeah,
Right?
that's on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Little bacala.
Little bacala, pesce the bacala. Yeah.
And it's like you need to eat sparingly because you'll fill up fast over 7 courses of fish.
And then the other thing too is like our culture has always been like that, where the food would be on the table throughout the whole night, and we're just having a good old
just
time.
picking away.
Don't clean the table. Like, we were just talking about that with my brother. He's just like, oh, I got to get up and I got to clean the table. Leave the table alone. Figure it out tomorrow, man. You know what? When you've got guests and stuff like that, you don't touch the table. My dad was always adamant about that. He would just be like, no, just leave. And then, towards the end, then you kind of pick at it and stuff like that. But it was all about the table or in the kitchen. And that's kind of what we do now. And I know your place, but we're partying downstairs. It's in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody always congregates in the kitchen.
That's where the food
Usually,
is.
That's where the food is. And that's
That's where the
just,
food's
what I
at,
mean? But that's kind of the next step from that, right? When you're sitting at the table and everything's there.
Yeah.
I just think
Plus, you're facing each other.
you're facing each other.
If
but
you're in
that's
the
what's
living
bringing
room,
us
usually
together
you're
is
facing the
is
wall.
the beautiful food, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we had it like.
Oh, your mic turned off again.
No, he's
No,
good.
I'm
You just got to
Oh,
talk
sorry,
into
sorry,
the
my
I
mic.
just
bad.
gotta walk closer to the mic.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, but like even my wife's family, when they do Christmas, they don't even sit at the table and eat. Right? They sit all over the house and stuff. And then I turn around, it's like, wait a second. When we did Christmas at our house, I says no.
Yeah.
TV off, everything off.
Yeah.
I set like 2 big tables. We had like 28 people in my living room,
Mhm.
and that's the way we did it, right?
Fair enough.
And that's the way we have to do it.
Yep.
I mean, like I have a dinner table. It has a room for one at it. It's in the corner. You know what I mean? It just has stuff all over it.
Yeah.
I
Not
use my
everybody can
island.
accommodate.
Why don't you
I
just
don't know.
invite some people over?
I do
Just
invite
without
people
being
over
such a
all the
hermit.
time. I do. No.
No, you just invited us tonight.
Yes,
Yeah,
no.
You were lonely. You
For your
wanted
own
somebody to
personal
talk to.
gain.
Everyone else in the room can vouch for me. Like I have people over. I have dinner parties, but we don't sit at a table. It's
He
like
just
we're
doesn't
all
have a
over the
dining
place.
table.
I don't have the capacity for everyone. So half the people be in the living room, the other half standing and eating in the kitchen. I invite way
Yeah.
too many people over for the amount of food I make.
Yeah. So everybody has like one little meatball. That's it.
No. There's enough
Sitting
food.
on the couch.
Just not enough seats.
Yeah.
There'll always be enough food for everybody in this house. But
Right.
just seating, maybe not. You might have to
But
stand
just
and
going back to the whole thing, like we need to start, spending
Yeah.
time with people, right? Stop. Like I go to a lot of these places where you got 8 people sitting at a table,
Mhm.
and all 8 of them are on their phone.
Oh yeah.
Talk to the person across from you. You
And
don't
it's
have to text them.
awkward,
I know
too,
I know
like-
you don't know how to talk, and you're texting what you are about this person, that person.
Yeah.
Just start talking, like
Yeah.
but have conversations.
Andrew,
It's awkward. Yeah.
Andrew says, party in the kitchen. You're closer to the cold beer.
That's true. Yeah. You're
Yeah,
right next
true.
to the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait.
damn right.
Talking about being cooler, you guys need a fan in this.
I
room.
know. That's what Luke
yeah.
said last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crowded room
Well,
with
just
4
okay.
big dudes, right?
As the days go on, it'll be cooler and cooler in here.
It's
every week.
right.
Wintertime, it'll be like you
It'll
should get a
solve
heater in here.
itself.
Just get more people in here and it'll heat it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that does the trick.
That's how we used to do it at the farmhouse, right? If we needed more heat, we just bring another sheep in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So-
hey, don't go too deep with the sheep.
Yeah.
Right now, 'cause there's
We'll
a
start
lot of
asking
sheep out there
questions.
right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
These
know, you-
patriots
Wait
thing
till
at this
later
show
on.
here.
Wait till after a couple shots of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patriots
Are we doing
rising.
this on the
Patriots
podcast?
rising.
Oh, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
It's got
I'd
Julio
like to
Nejo,
try
man.
it.
This
That
is like-
sounds.
Do you guys want to
You want to do a
be
quick
Power Rangers?
Yeah, 'cause we,
Yeah.
yeah. It's,
All right.
The old
I'm the
tequila.
Green
You know,
Ranger.
it's really. Remember we were talking about that last weekend. Kelowna had that really nice on Bernard Street, I think, right downtown where they closed off all the.
Yeah, you're
the-
talking
There
about
was just
that.
foot traffic down there, and there was a really nice place, and they had all the nice tequilas. Remember I was telling you that?
Yeah.
Next time you're down in Kelowna, big shout out to Kelowna on that.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
actually just in Kelowna
Yeah.
a couple months ago. I went downtown and they block off traffic in the summer,
Yeah, right
and
downtown.
it's all footpath or foot traffic, all like in the middle of the street, so that people can come and go.
Yeah,
The downtown right next to the beach is amazing.
I know it's a nice.
It's
setup,
an
isn't
actual
it?
boardwalk,
Yeah.
like
It's
yeah,
a nice setup.
and I don't know if that's imported sand, but it's amazing, like white sand that you would see in like a tropical kind of climate.
Yeah.
right?
And,
And
and that boardwalk, just to walk down there.
yeah, right. In the middle of
summer.
summer when chicks are all in their bikinis and whatnot, it's like, how do you? This is California, basically.
Yeah, it is. It is
right.
California.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, man.
It's morphin' time.
All right. Let's do a salute. Salute to.
Salute. That's the one I was thinking of.
See, there you go. Remember last weekend?
Nice driveway.
Nice
Yeah, nice driveway. That's a nice driveway.
There we go. Woo. Okay, so yeah, I saw a sign on the end of Carm's building today. He's running for council.
Oh yeah, man.
He's advertising on the side of his building.
Yeah, big shout out to Carm. Carm Manhouse.
Carm Manhouse for city council.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're okay. Just try not to push that down.
Yeah.
So what is city council kind of it's you're not the mayor. What do you govern as a city council member? Are you kind of just like a board member that you get to vote on stuff? So there's lots of city council members.
Well, the council members are the ones that do.
Shit, we fucked you.
Yeah, that's okay.
There you go.
How's that? Is that better now?
Now
I can't even hear you. No.
Oh, you can hear me now.
no down.
Oh, I gotta go down.
Sorry, folks.
No. You guys gave me the bad mic.
Yeah, we fucked up now.
Dude, you don't have to use that stand. You could just you could take it right out of there.
But anyways, while he does that, Luch,
Yeah.
what's a city council member kind
Well,
of?
Let's get this out of here.
there's eight counselors.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously your mayor and stuff like that. But basically to run the city of Prince George, right? And
Yeah.
And the biggest thing that I was talking to one of the counselors when Carm was doing, because I'm his campaign manager right now, right, for Carm.
Mhm.
And Leanne is also helping me and stuff like that. But I was talking to one of the counselors, and a lot of people, this is the funny thing in this town here, they think that they have to vote some of the same people in that ran for the last 4 years. So everybody bitches and complains.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is go out, do your civil duty, and go out and just vote, especially for guys like Carm who actually have a passion right now and they want to make
goal.
a difference, right? Some of these
Yeah.
other guys, they're complacent. And the funny thing is, and I had this conversation with one of them, and I said to him, like, in the corporate world, because I don't know if some of your viewers, I mean, this could be a little bit of dry information and stuff.
No,
like
not
that.
at
I don't
all.
know too deep, dare you? But
I'm
anyway,
curious.
so what's going to happen is the previous council voted themselves a raise of 3.1%.
Mhm.
And then, so they're going to get that in January, and then they're going to get it again throughout the 4 years, right? So it'll be a 6.2. And so I asked him, I said, like, oh, that was amazing how you guys actually were able to do that.
Yeah.
But the new people that are coming in, if it's 3 or 4 new council members, in the corporate world, you have to prove yourself. You're proving
Right.
your worth, right? And that's where I get a little bit upset because they haven't even proven themselves and they've already got a raise.
Yeah.
And it's just a little, to me, I think.
And who
you know what?
scrutinizes? Who holds them
that
to the
raise-
fire?
That raise comes from city taxpayers,
Yeah.
right? At the end of the day, they'll do the barking dog, kind of thing, and everyone just, they do their thing, and at the end, it's like they're all in cahoots. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's
No,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, there you go. So there's 3 of you, but the rest of you voted it in.
Yeah.
Right. So now they got themselves a raise. They're gonna get. And then when I asked him that question, he goes, technically, it's not 6.2%. It is actually 7.1 because it compounds.
For their raise.
Right. So a lot of people
So who
don't care. They're
votes?
trying to get ahead. But right now in today's world, because I'm a businessman, you know what I mean? Like I'm a hustler and I'm a businessman. That's just the way it is, right?
Yeah.
But if the numbers don't work, they don't work. And what's happening right now is inflation has an all-time high. Gas is up. I mean, we're paying gas. This is craziness. Right?
It's down from what it was.
Vancouver is $2.03.
But that's
And it
just
was more.
It went so high that now we think this is low.
So
No,
they're
I don't think it's
squeezing-
low. I just think, hey, it could be worse. Could
they're
always be worse.
squeezing the middle class right now.
Yeah.
So we're just going to be, like we're just trying to keep above the water kind of thing. Right
Yeah.
now. But the numbers aren't working anymore because they keep coming back and they keep on soaking you as the taxpayer.
So who
You know what I
is
mean?
it
Like-
that votes on them getting a raise?
They do.
They vote on them getting a raise.
Yeah.
That's a distinct conflict of interest.
No, that's just it. I was going to bring that up earlier. It's just like, would you vote against getting a raise? Fuck no.
I think we should
So,
all hold a vote for
I
ourselves.
think
getting
we
a
should
raise.
we should have a vote whether they get a raise. That's how it works. Prince George should get a vote whether city council gets a raise. All that
or
stuff. Like,
just a
That's what it
separate
should be.
committee
Like
that
government total, right?
Yeah.
Like if you look at the Charter of Rights and Freedoms was written by government for government.
Mm-hmm.
It was governance for government. Like, you know, like seriously.
Yeah.
Cutting in and out.
Yeah.
What is going on with this thing? Sorry.
You might have to just share mine.
Yeah, that
Share
sucks. Fuck.
Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, there we go. You're
How about
on.
now? There
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
Oh, you really got to jam it in there. That's what it is,
Oh,
right?
that's what it is.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
They
folks.
like it when you do
And
that.
for everyone listening, I really apologize. It's pretty rare that we have 4 guests on, so we haven't really worked.
What are you gonna
out
do
the
when there's like
detail.
7 of us in here?
Yeah, we're at capacity.
Yeah.
Right now.
Hey,
We'll
I'm gonna
have
go on
to-
your shoulders.
Yeah.
I think you can handle.
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
I could probably go on
I
your
think
shoulders.
so.
right?
Yeah, next time. Yeah.
Next
Yeah,
time.
Back in
but
the
anyway,
day.
so talking about the whole thing, like you look at the charter, right?
Yes.
The charter was written by the government
Yeah.
for policies for the government.
Yeah.
You read section 32 of the charter, which is the application of the charter, and
Yeah.
it says this charter applies to Parliament and government and the territories of the Yukon Territories and the Northwest Territories. Where does it say anything about the people?
Mm.
It doesn't.
Maybe
So it doesn't apply to the
No.
people.
No, and the thing is, it doesn't apply.
So,
And the thing
so
is-
the people don't have a charter then, is what you're saying.
We don't have a charter. We don't have a constitution, right? That was supposed to be the constitution in 1982. That was replaced,
Okay.
right? So same thing in municipalities. They're making policies
Yeah.
for the government, which is they're the government in the municipalities, and they're making the rules for and it's not voted by the people.
Right. So as Canadians, we don't actually have a constitution.
No.
Well, it's been
We have a
trampled on.
charter of rights.
It's been
Well,
trampled
but
on.
it's,
we're a corporation, right?
Yeah.
1931, Canada became the Corporation of Canada. You go to the UN, and they actually announce and introduce Canada
Yes.
as the landmass formerly known as the Dominion of Canada.
Hmm.
The landmass formerly known as the Dominion of Canada, not the country of Canada.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, the thing is if you go to
Hmm.
if you type in 0000230098, you punch that in, and that's our corporate number down in Washington, DC.
So there's no such thing as Canada.
We're a number.
We
We're
literally
a number.
We literally
Well,
do have
our birth
monopoly money.
certificate. We're a number. When our parents signed away our birthrights,
Yeah.
it's a number, right? So we actually belong to the corporation. So we need to go and
Yeah,
claim
yeah.
our birthrights back.
For a social security number or
Social
SIN, yeah.
security number, all that stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah.
and then there's
We're just numbers, man.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah,
end of the day,
and then
you're a
and then
number. And even the city, and like we're talking back with the city and stuff like that, you're just a number.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they want your taxes. The federal government, the provincial government, the city of Prince George, they want your taxes. That's what they're really
Oh,
after.
yeah.
They care about you. Let's just say, like, they kind of
Oh, they
about
care,
you.
yeah.
They say that they really care. They want to make everything like that, but they don't care. I mean,
No, they
just
don't
had,
care.
We just had a doctor in town last night or 2 nights ago at the university, right? It was 200 and something. people.
there's probably about 300 people there.
Oh,
it was all
right.
standing room. There's
Tuesday
people
night.
all standing around. Yeah.
He said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
They care for it. He was actually embarrassed that he was a doctor. But the best
I
thing
would
of
be
him,
too.
he's embarrassed. He said because the medical system is gone.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said he goes, they
Oh, I've
can do
heard-
whatever they want to do now.
There was a segment on
right?
Tucker
But he was
Carlson
talking about the
saying
exact same thing.
saying the medical system is failing hard, and we used to be a bastion for free healthcare in the world, and now it's kind of laughable that it's all just kind of falling apart before our eyes.
Well, look at all the people that they're not
Right.
going to rehire the people that they let go because they wouldn't get the death jab.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Or the drug of choice right now.
No,
We're-
but
we're
they're
on
gonna-
the third drug of choice now. Right. Does that make
Yeah.
people that go and get vaccinated? Does that make them drug addicts because they're going in
No.
every 3 to 6 months for their new jab?
That's right.
Yeah.
Biden will come out and say the pandemic's over this week. He did.
He actually did that.
But
on
he
But
didn't.
COVID-
But he didn't say
COVID was over.
everybody who's been fired from the military,
Yeah.
dishonorably discharged or whatever for not getting it is
Yeah.
rehired. He didn't say
Or
I
any of
heard
that.
that
healthcare.
there was
How about healthcare?
4,000 There was 4,000 military service, service people, or whatever you want to call them, men and women
Mhm.
in the United States military, right? From the Army and Navy, and
Yep.
you name it. They're sitting idle right now because they
Yeah,
didn't want to take it. Which is
and they
good on
can't
them.
just pick up a fucking hammer and start doing carpentry. They're
No,
killers. They're soldiers, right?
why
Like,
would you
yeah,
get
that's
rid
their
of them right
job.
now? We
Well,
got-
government of Canada, they just actually had on the website 32,000 healthcare workers and doctors that they're trying to import, rather than taking all the 120,000 in Canada that got let go because they wouldn't take the jab.
Yeah,
Right. And so
It's
what we've got
insane.
perfectly good people Now all of these people are out there painting fences.
Yeah.
Rather being a doctor nurse, they put like 20 years in. Like we have another doctor coming in next week, next Wednesday. We got Dr. Daniel Nagassi. He's from Red Deer. And he got
where's he? He's coming to Prince George.
He's coming to Prince George. Yeah, we're gonna do it at the Bon Voyage, like next Wednesday.
Okay.
What are you guys doing exactly? Why don't you plug this event?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Do you guys are organizing?
There you go.
I've been on the phone all day long because I just secured the room, right?
Yeah.
And like his claim of fame. I mean,
well, he actually he was the first doctor to give ivermectin to patients to do like pre-treatment of COVID.
Right.
And then he got his license in Alberta stripped, his license in BC to practice stripped. Like, it's crazy what's going on.
So if you can imagine right now, your whole job, he was trained. His whole job was to save lives.
Yeah.
Right. So here he is. He's a doctor. He's an emergency doctor in Alberta, a small little town. I think it was like Airdrie or something. I think it was a small little town anyways, right? But his job was to save the lives, right? And so he had 3 elderly people that got the COVID. The so-called COVID. Anyway, so they're in the hospital, and he'll tell you the story. But anyways, the long story short was he got them on hydrochloroquine and ivermectin.
Mm-hmm.
Those three elderly people are still alive today, and he loses his license.
Mm-hmm. So he has to weigh the value of do I want my job or do I want to fulfill what I came here to do?
What are the 2 things that doctors and nurses, their oath? The Hippocratic oath is to do no harm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
So when they prescribe these things, they're prescribing things that aren't going to hurt the person.
Absolutely.
And the only people that are getting hurt by ivermectin are the people taking the horse version of the fucking drug.
The horse version.
You're talking to a farmer.
I'm talking to a farmer. Yeah. Like, the thing is all, everybody thinks that it's a horse dewormer and stuff like that.
That's not.
Did you know that it won it won massive awards
in 2016, right?
Yeah,
no, we know that, but
you go to NIH, right, which is the National Institute of Health, and you type in ivermectin and cancer, and it is a cure for cancer. It's an antiparasitic for cancer, right? They won Nobel Peace Prize for it, right?
Yeah.
And then there's all these other doctors.
Information.
Yeah, but when you take a look at the ones that the reason why it's in a paste form is because for the horses and for the cows and all that other stuff, it's just easier for them to get it down, right? But all it is you go by the weight. You're not going to sit there and put 2,000 pounds of ivermectin. You don't weigh 2,000 pounds. But you just take that down, right? And then you can also just water it down. And that's what we used to do.
Really?
Yeah.
So I got no problem taking the horse paste.
So Laura Lynn Thompson was just in, she was here Tuesday night, right at the university. She was one of the speakers and stuff like that. But she was telling a story that she was in Costa Rica, and her dad got the COVID. And of course, like everybody else, we're going to go at universal healthcare. We're going to go to the doctors, right? They know best, right? And a lot of them do. They do their best that they can. I'm not, I personally don't trust a lot of them, but that's just me personally. But anyway, so Laura Lynn's dad, the brother brings the father into the hospital, and there they are. They're sitting at the bedside, right? So she gets on a plane, and she's traveling back from Costa Rica, right? Anyways, she gets back here. And the lady knows exactly what to do. Like a lot of us know what to do. Like,
well, you forgot the whole part that you can buy it over the counter in Costa Rica. You can buy it over the counter in Mexico
because it's safe,
right? Because it's
safer than Tylenol, safer than Advil. It's been
around for 60 years.
Safer than aspirin.
Well, the problem is the pharmaceuticals. They don't make any money from it, right? So they want to push all those drugs, right? Look at Pfizer, right? Yeah. Pfizer is the biggest enemy.
And the pharmacies just want to make money. Like a lot of places, they're like, I'm not going to lose my license.
That drug, right?
Well, look at those.
With the drug that is exactly like ivermectin. They just change the name,
right?
Because that's what they do.
Just like crystal meth, you just change one molecule.
Crystal meth. You can actually have 2.4 grams of crystal meth is legal to carry now.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Where?
In Canada. 2.4 grams of crystal meth or heroin or fentanyl. It's the new.
It's legal to possess
everywhere.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to possess fentanyl anywhere.
Well, look at downtown Prince George. How many people are on fentanyl? Like they're like zombies and dead.
Yeah.
My father-in-law that passed away, he had cancer, and they had him on a fentanyl drip to keep him comfortable. But he was a vegetable, right? Wow. And all the people you look at downtown Prince George, it was actually really funny. I sent a message out to what's her name? Shirley Bond. Shirley Bond was sorry.
I don't think Shirley's listening to
I don't think Shirley's listening. But the thing is hi Shirley, how you doing?
Shirley's in the chat.
Yeah. Well, and I put out
Shirley Bond, you should listen.
Yeah.
Shirley should be listening.
Yeah. So anyway, so she's posting all these beautiful pictures of Northern BC, saying how she's proud to be representing Northern BC.
Yeah.
I go in her feed because we're friends on Facebook, and I take pictures of downtown of all of the homeless and all the people on drugs downtown, and I post that in there. I says, how about this?
Yeah.
How beautiful is this? Why are you not doing something about this? Why are you not helping these people that are on the streets?
Husky on First.
Oh, Husky on First. Or how about right there at Second Dominion? How about right behind Carm's place? Carm is in the thick of things,
Carm's
right?
Place.
Yeah. He's right there at the St. Vincent.
St. Vincent.
Yeah. And
It's a soup kitchen for people. Not everybody's from Prince George in the chat here.
I wanted to finish my story there with.
Sorry.
Okay,
we're Italian. We cut each other off, right?
Yes. Used to it.
But anyways, I just wanted to go back to that because Laura Lynn, and just for the viewers, because there's a lot of people that listen, right? You know what I mean? But anyways, so Laura Lynn was telling the story there that night at the university that what happened was I'm but anyways, so by the time she got back to Vancouver, the brother had the dad in there, and he's like, man, they're talking, man, we got to get you on remdesivir, we got to get you on the ventilator and all that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those are the two worst things. Remdesivir has got bad reviews. I can't even believe they actually put
the death
people on
remdesivir.
Oh my god, it's horrible. Anyways, so then they got in there and they did the protocol. They were doing like the medical system and all that kind of stuff. They let them do their things. But in the meantime, over the 10 days that Laura Lynn, when she was in there and she was doing this, they had her, like, they thought that he was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she was in there, she was actually feeding her dad. So every meal, nobody was feeding him. They thought, okay, well, here's your food. And some people don't have the energy, right? So she was in there, thank goodness, and she would feed him. And of course, she would come and she would be, coming and going, right? Because she came from Costa Rica. They wanted her to actually be in quarantine.
She says, yeah, I'm going to quarantine. I'll go to the hospital quarantine.
So she's quarantining at the hospital, right? Because she's kind of, wink, wink, nod, nod kind of thing. Oh, yeah, I'm going to quarantine. All right. So she's in the hospital. And 10 days later, guess who's walking out? The whole family. He's still alive.
Really?
Right. And I guarantee you that if Laura Lynn if she wouldn't have come back from Costa Rica and did what she was doing, that the dad would have passed away. She was saying that she had to actually wear a mask in the room. The dad's got COVID. The patients all got COVID in that room, but she's got to wear a mask because she's got to protect them. At the same time, they've all got COVID.
Yeah.
But the long story short was she did hydrochloroquine over the 10 days behind the doctor's back. They saved the dad's life. The dad left the hospital on his 2 feet. And it was. I think that's an amazing. Story.
No, that's
amazing.
Crazy.
If you go to PG Real News, actually her speech that she did last Tuesday is actually on PG Real News.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing with Dr. Hodgkinson. He's on there. He's the top pathologist in Canada that was here.
And that's your new page on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to be real explicit to
on Facebook. Sorry about that. Yeah.
And so that's the guy that you're bringing here?
No, they were just here on Tuesday. The guy that's coming here next week, that's Dr. Daniel Nagassi.
Okay.
Everybody that's probably in the freedom world knows who Dr. Daniel Nagassi is.
Okay.
The people that aren't need to know who Dr. Daniel Nagassi is.
Right.
So next Wednesday, Wednesday at Bon Voyage, 7:00. Yeah.
I guarantee you it's going to be standing room only. The guy's just a brilliant mind.
Okay. And we're probably going to have Po Boy, who is the so there's People of the Salmon. That's another indigenous group that he's going to be here too.
Salmon?
People of the Salmon.
Oh, People of the Salmon.
Yeah. Well, the thing is we're on Turtle Island, right?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Okay, Turtle Island.
That's what they call Canada before.
Canada and South America is called Turtle Island.
Before it was Canada. It was Turtle Island.
Yeah. So we've actually joined. So everybody's always asking where are the natives on this whole thing that's going on right now?
Yeah.
Right. Because the government's trying to do the same thing that they did with the smallpox blankets. Right. They're trying to get rid of all the natives because they have all the treaties. They know about the land. They were here before anyone else was. Right. So this whole thing, the first place that they went to go give the COVID shot was to the reserves.
And you know what? To add to your point, last year there was some like emergency, like kind of people calling for help, like these videos from, I think it was in Nunavut.
I want none of it.
Yeah, there was these kids in Nunavut that teenagers that didn't want to take their shot, and the government, they had agents like chasing them into the woods and stuff like that, and they were on Facebook Live like, they're like, someone needs to come to this reserve and help us. They're chasing us into the bushes just to get vaccinated.
The CDC went to all of the reserves. They were the first ones. The CDC was there giving them shots, right? We talk to all the natives all the time. Like, so like Dr. Daniel Nagassi, he actually was at one of the reserves on West Kelowna, right? And there was a 30% death from the COVID shot on the reserve there.
Wow.
30%.
Crazy. And that's not even including people who had like side effects.
No, exactly. And well, if you go to the VAERS report online,
non-fatal side effects, sorry.
Vaccine injuries, yeah. Well, you have experience with vaccine injury.
Yeah. So my girlfriend got what's called the Hashimoto's disease. It's an autoimmune kind of disorder.
So it's telling
I couldn't tell you exactly all the differences about it, but it's pretty rare. It's pretty new, apparently.
So SADS.
Yeah, basically we're on watch.
Yeah. Have you guys gone down to MedPro?
Nope.
Sorry,
she might have.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If you go down there, they actually, if you're on any medications, they'll actually give you the natural healing. They'll take your medications and they'll help heal you.
Okay.
They're awesome.
We actually had a lady that was in Winnipeg last week. Her name's Cindy Young. She's got vax injury. She took the Moderna, the first shot of the Moderna.
Yeah.
And one shot. And she's like vax injured, like incredibly. Like she's got parasites in her body now. She's got polio. She's got like the list goes on and on and on.
Polio,
this is what I was telling you guys about last weekend.
Yeah.
I was just going up there. I don't even drink coffee, but I was heading to the front. At Camp Hope there. We were just heading up.
Well, I knew Cindy personally, right? That's why.
But this is the thing that I was trying to tell these guys and convey that, man. I'm going up there and I'm just like, man, it's early in the morning. I'm just going to the bathroom and then go grab a coffee kind of thing. Cindy was just there and she was just talking. Next thing you know, she just, poor girl, that man, she just started
body shakes and everything, full body shakes.
Wow.
And I was just like, I was taken so bad, and I was just like, oh man, I go, Cindy, I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm holding on her hand. And then what was her boyfriend? Yeah,
Jamie.
the boyfriend, Jamie.
Yeah.
Jamie's awesome. I love Jamie. He's just a great guy.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, look, you got push right here for the pressure point. I'm gonna go back and get the ventilate. What was it? Like she had some sort of a puffer.
Yeah. She's
the full face off.
So it's a nebulizer, right? They give her the nebulizer to help her get her
help
medications in her.
I'm telling you, it just broke my heart because I'm like, there's not a day that goes by. Just because I used to own a health food store in Prince George, and Jeremy, you guys know that, but me and my business partner who just passed away on Saturday, there is Vince Manfredi.
And shout out,
we had a
Vince,
beautiful,
right?
Vince Manfredi,
beautiful man,
he was
beautiful
an
man.
awesome guy.
Literally,
big heart.
The day after Luch was on the show, he passed away.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I went fast, man.
That's crazy.
He's actually the first one in Prince George that I met, and like him and his brother.
First Italian.
First person. And they became first Italian too, I guess. It was first person.
First Italian,
yeah. But anyways, great man. But anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
But the point that I'm getting at is when you start talking to people and they start telling you about there's a brother or a sister or a relative that is vaccine injured.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when I was there holding Cindy's hand, and I mean, this girl is going into full convulsions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just broke my heart. I just started crying. Like it was just, I think there's, this is probably the biggest, and Dr. Daniel Nagassi, I interviewed him. He's on PG Rail News.
On Facebook.
It's on Facebook and stuff like that. But even Dr. Roger Hodgkinson, like these doctors, they're speaking out. They're the real doctors. Understand that there's doctors and then there's the real doctors. And to me, what I did with my health food store is we would travel, and that's like Vince and I would do. We traveled back and forth throughout Canada, finding the doctors that are saying, hey, this is how you're going to stay well. And I appreciated that. I just thought that it was like, oh man, like someone's telling me the truth. They're not trying to tell me, oh, go and do chemo, go and do radiation. Here, we're going to cut that out. Or here, take this medication for the rest of your life. That part to me it never sat well with me.
Yeah.
But it just killed my heart. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't hear about somebody that's hurting from these jabs.
The sad part is you could prove these things to the government and to a bleeding heart leftist that's full fucking pro-vaccine, and they'll probably just say, hey, casualty of war. right? We gotta.
But the thing is go like the VAERS
you're
report. Pfizer, they came out and said stuff. Even the CDC.
Every month they do.
Every month.
And people just
let's turn a shy eye.
You could shout it out as loud as you want. People are like, well, you know what? The news didn't say it, so I'm not going to believe it. They didn't say there was a big.
Hey, this is the other cure for COVID.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, Patron.
Tequila in the mouth.
Take that, COVID.
Take that, COVID.
So, let me just catch up on the chat a little bit.
Think of that?
It's pretty good.
How was that? How was that compared to your tequila last week?
It's like a golden kind of. It's
that's añejo, right?
Well, what do you think is better, this one or last week's?
I couldn't tell you honestly.
I'll tell you.
This one.
I would need them like right next.
To be honest,
it was.
To be honest, I've always wanted to try this one.
Well, this one's intentionally stronger. Like it's a little golder, I think.
Oh, that's because the gold. Like
that's what the gold means.
I think it's intentionally trying to be a little bit stronger.
You want me to give you a little lesson in tequila?
Please do.
I went on tequila tours, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been down the factories. So añejo is the purest of the tequilas, right?
Holy.
Okay. So
how come it's not as smooth as what Ooch brought last week?
Because there's water in his.
Oh,
God, he's like, I'm gonna up you.
Yeah,
he goes, I'm gonna up you. And
so that's the difference then.
Bring some Italian
from a tequila expert.
Yeah,
clearly.
So you want to be able to taste the agave, right?
All right,
right.
So where did you get your degree again?
Yeah,
Tequila University.
Yeah. He's older than you.
I've been to
your
Mexico.
Elders, God damn it.
I've been in the hills of Mexico.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I remember the one tour I took in Mexico. We actually had a hike 2 miles into the bush to get to the tequila factory.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you're seeing them like you saw all the different things that they were doing. Like they made mezcal there as well.
Yeah.
Right. Mezcal's done in the ground and it's done with fire.
Mezcal is real strong. Like I had a bottle of that mezcal and it's actually really good. But
it's not tequila. It's
still different tequila, but
it's just a different
thing. It's a really strong. Like if you like that,
it's a different process, right? The process of mezcal is cooking the
more like an
agave.
oak, like it's almost like that barrel taste.
Okay.
It's almost like that mesquite old barrel. Like if you like that kind of stuff.
What do they age tequila in? Do they age it?
Oh, absolutely. They age them in barrels. Yeah.
Is that how you get a gold tequila with the wood?
Well, yeah. Well, thing is so here's the thing. You go to the Blanco, right? The Blanco is made for mixing, which is the white. The white tequila is a mixing tequila.
Talked about that last week. Blanco,
that's what we call him, Blanco. Yeah.
Blanco.
You had the Reposado last week, right?
And
so the Reposado is right below the añejo. The añejo is the top.
Añejo, that's what we call him.
Añejo, you añejo. But anyways,
hear what they actually call me. We can't say it on YouTube.
Like, and the thing is I'm not going to sit there and crash down on Josie, but Jose Cuervo.
Yeah.
That's what they scrape off the top that they don't want, right?
Yeah. Jose
Cuervo, when we were growing up as kids,
tastes like shit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And then if you take a look at the tequilas that have the worm in them, it was to take the bacteria out of the tequila.
Really?
That's what makes it good?
No. That's just a sludge, right? Yeah.
A lot of this is just what did you have on hand in Mexico, right? Like at the time.
You know who learned how to actually make tequila really good and used to drink a lot of it? Is Sammy Hagar, right? Cabo Wabo.
Oh, yeah.
But he sold the factory too, right?
Did he?
Yeah.
I heard he just like parties in Mexico every night and just gets fucking hammered. Like
if you were Sammy Hagar, wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah. Let me just get to this chat real quick.
Yeah, let's read a chat.
These guys are gonna feel left.
These guys
out.
Are part of the podcast.
Oh yeah, let's help them out.
So let's see what's relevant now. Sorry to hear that.
It's all relevant there, Jer.
Yeah, fair enough. As well as the chief and council get paid money for all native deaths on the reserves.
Yeah, man. The hereditary chiefs are the real chiefs that are picked by the clan mothers.
Right.
These ones that are getting voted in.
Hereditary ones, and then
these ones here, they're the false ones. They're the ones that are voted in, like from the white man system. Yeah.
Because they used to be matriarchal.
Yeah. Well, think about it this way. You watch Avatar. You know, in the movie Avatar, you saw the chief, but the thing is, the chief couldn't do anything. But then the clan mother was the almighty, right? She's the one that brought all the clans together, man.
I've never seen Avatar.
You guys need to watch Avatar.
I've never seen him.
Well, so you should really understand it then if you're high, right?
Yeah.
But I was really high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like I still work. That was before I even worked for you. That was a long ass time ago.
Well, were you high when you worked for him too? While you're
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is that why the
I
tiles
remember
like
some of
crooked?
that too.
You
No,
come
that's
back at lunchtime and stuff like that. And I'm just like, what? I really don't care if you can actually be, and this is out on Streamland here, right?
Oh, it's all good.
Oh yeah.
But
It's a free world, man. That's what we're fighting for.
If you can actually do that at lunchtime, like he'd come back and he'd be, he's feeling good.
Yeah.
And he's just like, okay, well, whatever. Just, here you go. Like, here's your project. And I don't really care I think there's functioning people that can do that kind of stuff. And this shout out to all the people that are actually smoking the stuff and that can actually function. Because if I do it, I'm a mess.
hell yeah.
Let's be honest, man. I'm Italian. I don't do that kind of, I don't do it, but this guy does it well.
But he'll drink vino all day long and he can put tile down, right?
Yeah. It's in my thermos.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that was a big thing about Flora Lane is, we're going to the pub for lunch. But,
That used to be a big thing. That used to be a big part of my life. It's just going to the
Before
pub every
COVID,
day for lunch.
right?
Yeah.
Have a beer, sometimes two. Sometimes you just have a few and you don't go back to work.
Yeah.
You know what?
Had to cut that out. I never do that anymore.
Yeah.
I
but-
love Jeremy's attitude though, because when we work together, I mean, like I'm a little bit older than Jeremy and stuff like that.
Only a little.
just a little.
Just a bit, but you know what? I just
Did you call him
thought
Dad?
I just thought that it was
No,
really
no.
cool.
He's
because,
no.
Puppy.
like I'm trying to be sensible, right? The older guy, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, no, I just always thought that it was a cool thing because you guys would go for lunch and stuff like that, and you'd always invite me and like, hey, come on out, like and at the same time, you know what? It's not all about making the cake, and it's not all about making the paper. Honestly, at the end of the day,
It's about enjoying yourself.
it's about enjoying yourself, and I always learned that from you. And I just want to say, no, I did because you actually because as a business guy, you're always trying to. You're trying to get ahead and all that kind of stuff. You're trying to produce, and you're absolutely right. Like you're the business guy. You know what I mean? Like at the end of
This
the day,
guy's working like 8 to 8 every day,
Yeah.
neglecting his family. I'm like, bro, let's go have some fun.
When you've got jobs on the table that you haven't gotten to yet, you kind of feel guilty for doing a half day.
I was like that,
No,
man.
but he would
I was
literally
like-
work
I was
all
like that.
fucking day,
Yeah,
like
I'm a
12-hour
worker
days
like that, right?
every day. Like,
I would call him up at 10 o'clock at night. It's like, oh, I'm
He's
just
like
leaving
in
the
a
job site. I'm
bathroom
like,
tiling,
dude, it's
yeah.
like 10 o'clock. Like,
dude,
Yeah.
No, you know what? Everybody's got to do what they got to do, and then I don't. I look back at that time, and I'm just thinking, man, those were the times where you just had to just put your head down and just kind of work, right? Because now I'm at this point in my life right now, and I got to say that now it's just like we can have a little bit of fun and stuff.
And that's because you worked so hard.
Because I did back
in
in
the
those
past,
days.
yeah.
You know what I mean, and that's sometimes what you got to do when you're your own.
oh,
boss
it
and
looks like
stuff
you're ready to
that,
break this out.
We could try some of these.
Is it ready to?
So what do we
break
got?
into this?
Did you ever
Time-
even get to the chat here, Jer?
A little bit, yeah.
I know Carolyn
Andrew
shouting
says,
out.
smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Andrew.
Andrew
We
said
really
that?
appreciate it.
Well, I'll be messed up, Andrew. Let me tell you.
well, let's go back to that the person that was talking about the chiefs and the council, right?
Chiefs
so
and the council,
we
yeah.
were actually with a clan mother this last on the last weekend, right?
What are these? What are
Oh,
these?
this is Italian sausage, man.
Italian sausage.
Yeah.
Mm. Who made it? Where's it from?
Oh, my mom and dad back in Ontario.
Really?
Yeah, my dad's
Wow.
gonna turn 81 in March. My mom's gonna turn 76.
So it's just normal sausage made by an
They
Italian.
send me gift packages twice a year,
Right.
right? So it has to be like they send me sausage, soprasad,
I'm gonna get this cheese
capicola.
going. I'm gonna get the cheese going here.
Yeah, and the thing is, I still got soprasad to go, but we got
Okay,
time.
that's really good.
Please do.
That's like a unique flavor that I haven't
It's
tasted
odd.
before.
I like
Well,
it.
you haven't been
It's
around the Italians much.
It's kind
But-
of
but
like,
you know, like
pepperoni.
Oh, no,
Pepperoni.
hey, no, it's not
No,
pepperoni.
don't insult them like that, dude. No, I can taste the peppercorn.
Well, yeah,
but-
fresh peppercorns. Yeah.
But there's like a dark flavor in there that I really enjoy that I haven't tasted in.
So this is all pork, right?
These guys are loving
Okay.
listening to them.
Dude,
Yeah.
I hope you guys listen to this. This is our AMSR or ASMR, whatever the fuck it's called.
Anyways,
Yeah.
it reminds me of like just a cured kind of
Like almost like a jerky
It's
type
a-
of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
But this
Totally
is
addicting,
Italian
man.
style, right?
It's totally addicting. That's the problem. That when you say paninis, you have a little bit of supersata, a little bit of formaggio.
Dude, this is our first time.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
de-virginizing you tonight.
Yeah. When you talk like that, it turns me on.
Well,
Say super sado again.
Well, think about your Croatian
Say it
background,
slow.
right?
Yeah.
Your Croatian background, same thing. It's all about the sausage, the speck,
The
right?
blood sausage.
Blood sausage, yeah.
Yeah.
The pierogies, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
The cabbage rolls.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. I go to Adria's Deli. I never get the cabbage rolls. They're like, how come? I'm like, I had enough of those fucking things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out to Adria's Deli because we actually the Foothills Deli. We actually have buns and everything from that deli and the cheese
From Foothills.
Yeah.
Oh, Adria's is a different one, but
Yeah,
but yeah,
Oh,
Adria's
oh,
is dope too.
Oh, Adria's, is that the one over
On
by
Massey.
Yeah. That place
Adria's is I love. They're the Croatian deli.
Oh
The
yeah.
Foothills is more Italian. That's your guys' place.
Right.
Hey, you know something? The Croatians and the Italians get along. You know
Yeah.
the good thing about Croatia?
What's that?
They have the best view.
Oh, because they have all the nice
what?
beaches.
No,
they have
you
the whole
look, you look
beach.
across the sea, you see Italy.
You see Italy. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, the big fucking boot.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was Greece across the.
No,
sea.
no, the Adriatic. So you've got Croatia and Serbia is on the other side, the Adriatic.
Yeah.
And they face and they see Italy as
Right.
their best view.
Can you literally see it? Like,
Oh, absolutely.
standing on the beach.
I've been there lots.
Fuck, I'd rather look at Bosnia.
Right. That's like Sarah Palin saying she could see Russia from her front porch. She lives in Alaska. She's like, oh, you can see Russia.
And wait till I start breaking out the Croatian. I don't know if you understand any of it.
A little bit.
Oh, so I says Muršu pičku matanu.
Well, Cheka. I don't understand. I only know Cheka. That's what my dad
That's
used to
it. Oh.
say while he was on the phone
You know
before he
what?
beat me.
You know
That
what-
was wait, and then fucking.
You know what the best thing that you got to do though, honestly, and this is for your audience too. Like
Yeah.
wherever you're from and you've never been there,
Go.
save your cake, save your paper,
Right.
and go over there. Honestly, if you go back to Croatia right now, and you guys should
Yeah.
go together, he'll come back and he'll never be the same guy ever again.
Right.
Right?
Well, oddly enough, my mom's
Never be the same.
adopted, so I don't really know, but she's
Mm.
done the 23andMe thing, and not exactly that, but it is something. She's found an Italian family still living in Bronx, New York.
Wow.
That is apparently her family before she was adopted.
Wow.
And her dad is dead, but her cousins and aunts are still around, and they're asking us to go visit over there.
So
You know
wait,
he's
so
on?
your dad might be like from New York?
My mother,
Oh,
On your
my
mom's from
mother,
New York.
mom's-
Oh, sorry,
her
sorry.
family is Italian from New York.
Oh, I
guess.
see. Yeah, my bad.
My dad's actually French. His dad's his great grandparents or something for France. They were actually on my grandpa's side there. They were the prisoners that were sent to Montreal as like kind of like Australia for England.
Yeah.
It was like a prison colony for the first little bit. The lower Canada. He was like a prisoner, yeah. And so my mother was adopted. I never knew anything. I never really had
Wow.
like
Wow.
the whole family culture where we sit around and
Yeah.
do the stuff that we've done for generations, right? Because my grandparents were adoptive that didn't want to like put that up. Plus their grandparents owned slaves. They were ashamed
Wow.
of their
Wow.
lineage. They're Southern Americans from like Arkansas.
Mhm.
So they're trying to get away from their heritage, honestly. That's why they came to Canada to just leave it all behind. But yeah,
man, you know
who
what?
knows? Maybe one day I'll get
big
to
shout out to all. Like, I mean, we're all family. Honestly, at the end of the day,
right.
you know, like when we went back in Camp Hope, there, Dominic and I and stuff like that. Like, and I grabbed the mic and I just said, like, we're all brothers and sisters. Honestly, like some of us are a little bit more out there, like myself and Dominic, and you know, we've traveled. Don's been back and forth throughout Canada and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But really, the ancestors. I mean, we talked about that last weekend. You know what I mean? Like, if people want to know what to do moving forward, because everyone's just like, oh, let's, you know, like, oh, I got to go to, what do they do with the cards and stuff like that? They're reading this and reading that. Don't do any of that kind of shit, man. You go and talk to your ancestors. Talk to the people that have been through the trenches, man. You know what? I look back and I'm thinking to myself, I'm that type of guy that I ain't going to stay silent.
Mhm.
You know, when things kind of bother me, I was just like, man, I get on the phone. I'm getting on the phone. I'm texting Dom. I'm telling him how I'm feeling, telling Carm how I'm feeling. But I'm telling
You never
people
call
how I
me and
feel.
tell me how you're feeling.
No, I don't.
The hell?
But,
I'll call you and tell you how I'm feeling.
How does that
How's
tell you?
Yeah.
I
Well,
appreciate
well,
Oh, we
it.
just got our numbers exchanged tonight, right? I'll do it.
Yeah, like we're all
That's a
brothers
new
and
brother,
sisters.
right?
It
These are
don't
new
matter where
brothers
you
here.
come
I'm
from.
always
man. I mean,
there.
we're
I
all
want to know
Canadian,
how you guys
man. I
are
mean,
feeling.
we want the best. We want the best for the
Gabagoo.
next generation. Right? I mean, that's good. What's it all about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you can't stand up, what are you going to stand up for? Like, honestly,
Yeah,
at the end
yeah.
of the day, stand up for something. right? And what irks me is there's a lot of things that irk me that's going on in this country and stuff like that. Like tomorrow, especially, because they're going to do a protest back in Ontario about that teacher. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but they're grooming these kids.
The teacher with the giant
the prosthetics,
the prosthetics knockers stuff, man. There's going to be massive protests because
that's a dude.
The school board's protecting this teacher that is he, she, it. I don't even know how it goes, but anyways, not to show any disrespect, but
those are the biggest tits I've ever seen.
Like this is just stupid.
And they're fake.
You know what I mean?
That's like me walking around with a prosthetic dick that like smacks me in the ankles or something.
You go to jail.
Wait a second. Let's not even look at it that he's wearing breasts and everything. Think about it. He's working at a shop. He's not wearing safety glasses.
That's a guy
right?
Doing that.
He's wearing something around his neck and get caught in the in all the machinery.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Lock the door.
See what it is.
Whoa, wait a second.
Hey!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh my God! We're breaking records now. We got 5 in this room.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, goddamn.
Oh my God!
Royalty. I should have known when I heard that honk.
I should have.
Carm in the house.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
Carm in the house.
I'm gonna give up my chair for Carm just because it's
No. If you just scoot over, there's a stool right there.
There's a stool right there, yeah.
Oh yeah, Carm can come sit right beside me. I absolutely love Carm.
There we go. You know what?
He's a brother from a different mother.
That's good.
Yeah, Carm's a brother from a different mother.
Carm, we got a selection of meats.
And you're right.
Shit.
He's trying to help us here. We got the brown guy. Oh, I love this guy, man. Look at Italian style. Look
Good
at
to see you, dude.
We need that boom 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 button.
Man, I feel like we're in the United Nations now.
Yeah,
We got every nationality in the house.
Me too.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in now, we just got a new
Special
guest on the
guest.
panel, Carm Manhas, running
Old
for
guest.
city council.
Old guest, not new
Hey.
guest.
Yeah,
I'm
third
just
time.
campaign manager. You were talking to that guy.
Right.
Mess with me.
You guys might have to share a mic. That's okay.
Yeah.
As long as people can see your beautiful face, Carm.
Yeah, we'll make this work.
There we go. We actually got Carolyn in the chat here.
Yep.
Oh, you gotta have.
Thanks for all you do.
Italian. We got some
Luch.
Asiago, Super Santa. This is from.
Ooh, I love the Super Santa.
Better than Santa.
Dude.
Luch, we got Carolyn in the chat saying thanks for all you do to you. Ancestral wisdom all the way. History repeats itself.
Carmenage.
This will work for you. You'll hear it.
There we go. And Carolyn says hi, Carm.
Carolyn. I can't wait till we all do some yoga at Carolyn.
That's right. We need her in the studio next time.
We do.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're a lucky
You guys
man.
should do it down
So
at the
Carm-
studio, eh?
Where? What?
Do the next show down at the studio while you guys are doing yoga.
What's the
That would be
studio
great.
you're talking
Oh, yeah.
about?
Yeah, we could
That'd be
do
cool.
that.
So,
Yeah.
ladies
As long
and
as we got an
gentlemen,
internet connection.
I think is this backwards? Yeah, it's back. It's gonna be backwards. So it's Carm. It's Carm for
We're gonna
council.
test their knowledge and see if they can actually read backwards.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they can
No,
figure it out.
It just shows it backwards for us.
Oh, I'm sorry, ladies
them,
and
it's all
gentlemen,
good.
that I looked like an idiot just there. Okay,
All good.
Carm, really, thank you for showing up. That's amazing. I thought you were those guys downstairs just trying to be assholes.
Yeah, I thought you were
was like-
fucking with us with
I
the
was
horn.
like,
I was
shut
like,
up.
"Get out of here, Kyle." Kyle found a fucking horn. He wants to fuck with us or something.
Yeah.
That's all I thought.
Vote for this guy,
Oh, yeah.
man. You know what?
Definitely vote for this guy.
So
This
when
guy,
when
okay.
can we vote?
I think pre-voting starts on October the 5th, but we got a busy schedule almost every day with the debates and
Right.
forums every single day.
Okay. So October the 5th week, and then to win, like, is there a deadline? It's not like a voting day,
Yeah,
kind of like America. You show up and vote.
the last day is October the 15th.
Okay, so 5th to
Mom and Dad
15th.
Yeah. The-
Okay,
The 13th happens to be my anniversary.
really,
14th is my birthday. And
really.
15th is when I become city council.
City council member.
Hey.
That's the Yeah. We have to do it with our mouths these
Yeah,
days,
actually, yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, thank you.
I came along for something.
You did more than your fucking fair
We need
share.
an air
around
horn.
here.
I'm gonna look up an air horn.
That's right. So as you can see, these guys brought us an amazing array of goddamn cured meats
Damn
And
you,
what-
Italian.
And
cheese.
then look what Harm brought.
Yeah. When in Rome,
Well, you know, like that car's half Italian, right?
Yeah.
I can see it. Yeah, you got the nose. He's got the Roman nose.
Yeah, we're doing some good things there. I'm excited. You know, like this is my first time doing this. The campaign manager. I said to Carm, I'm like, you can't go in there by yourself. I'm like, you know, like he's gonna do a lot of these speaking engagements and stuff like that, right? So I'm like, you can't go in there by yourself. And I'm like, okay, so we got to strategize a lot of times, right? Because it's you know, you're sometimes you're on the spot. You got to stay focused and all that kind of stuff. But during the next couple of weeks, we're gonna do some fun stuff. Anyways, everyone's gonna grab one of these signs, and we're gonna be on the corner. The toy run's on Sunday. We're gonna be at the bottom of University Hill, turning on to Foothills, right on that corner. All of the freedom fighters that are running right now for city council and stuff like that, they're gonna be out there. We need tons of people out there because it takes a community actually to get somebody voted in, really.
Yeah, man. And I feel like if all the freedom fighters support each other, at least some of y'all are going to get in.
Yeah, that's what
You
we
know,
gotta
like-
do, man. We need people that are going to represent our community, and I think, you know, if there's anybody right now, you know, I'm a little bit biased, honestly, a little bit tonight, right? But I mean, a little bit, you know, I mean, his campaign manager and stuff like that. But since I've known
He's
Carm,
my brother, so
since I've known Carm for so many years, I mean, we go back to like the GMO march. You know, Martina, my little daughter, she's 14 now, but she was 3 years old, man. I'm holding her, you know, and
You know Carm longer than you know me.
Your first boy there, I think he was in the stroller.
Akash, yes.
Akash was in the stroller. You know what I mean? Like, so we go back a long time, and so I got nothing but respect for Carm, and if I know he's getting. I mean, we're like fighters. We're like fighters, all of us in this room, right?
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
like, you know
One
what?
way
You
or
go in
another,
there,
yeah.
you go in there, you're thinking we're winning, right? That's how we have to think, right? So
Absolutely.
Yeah. And cheers to that.
yeah, man.
Cheers to Carm.
So here's the issue. I just hacked down on Jose Cuervo, but this is actually has a Jose Cuervo reposado. So
Tradicional.
yeah, this is I might
Here,
change.
Salud.
Salute.
Oh, say that one there.
Nazdravie.
Nazdravia.
Nice driveway.
Nice driveway. That's one that you couldn't say last time.
I couldn't remember it last time.
Nazdravia.
I remember there was like a silly way to say it, like nice driveway, but I just couldn't remember what it was. But as soon as I heard him say it, I'm like, oh yeah, nice driveway.
Yeah, nice driveway. Yeah, it's not Croatian, it's not Italian. Italians sitting there going, nice driveway. Right. You guys are sitting there for a shot, and us Italians are going, nice driveway. that cement is looking pretty nice.
So what's the Italian one? What's the Italian?
Salute.
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 Okay, and French is
Salute.
salut.
Salute.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Salute.
Yeah. Or if you're in Canada, here's to you, here's to me. The best friends will always be. If we ever disagree, fuck you, and here's to me.
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah.
This is the Alberta one. Hey, fuck you.
Love you.
So serious question. Do all Italians set tile or?
No,
Basically.
no. I come from the concrete and the.
No,
the masonry.
Italians do
tile?
concrete.
I know how to set tile. Yeah. You actually learn that in like when you're 5.
Yeah.
There's a whole lineup,
Your
right?
parents are supposed to teach you that when you're a kid.
So I'm gonna give you. I'll give you guys a little rundound of growing up Italian, right? Okay. So you're born. You start so you're breastfeeding off your mom, and you got a choice of red wine or white wine, right?
or the trowel.
Oh, you know the trowels. That's when you're 7, right?
Okay.
But anyways, no. But the thing is you're born, and instead of having milk, there's red wine and white wine, and you got to choose which one you want, right? And the thing is if you're a girl, you usually go for the white wine. If you're a guy, you go for the red wine, right?
Okay.
So then when you're about 2 or 3, right? Then you learn how to set tiles because anybody can set tiles.
Literally,
anybody can be a tile setter.
Hey, don't give it. Hey,
You hear that? Luke?
don't you give away our secret. I logged a lot of miles in there.
You know,
I literally spent 2 days with Luge, and I was like, I figured this out.
Yeah.
Some people stop there, you know.
I was.
No, the best one was when he was just like, I was trying to bullshit him, right?
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, no, you can't do this. I go, this stuff comes from Italy. And I was bullshitting him, right? I'm like, I ordered it specifically from like Rome, and And then he's just like, fuck that shit. I just seen it at the wholesale. I'm like, you got it at the wholesale? How much?
Yeah. Well, growing up as a kid, my dad was a bricklayer, right?
Yeah.
So they got laid off because there was a bunch of shit going on. Like my dad, it was really funny. We would drive, like I'm from Ontario.
Yeah.
So we would drive I grew up in St. Catharines, which is like 10 minutes from Niagara Falls. And we would drive from St. Catharines to Toronto. And my dad moved it, like he immigrated to Canada in like 64. Okay. And so we'll drive down the highway and then he's pointing out at all these buildings. Oh, you see the building over there? I work on the far left corner over there. That's my corner. Right. So then, over the years you learn that. But when I was 7 years old is when I started going on jobs with my dad. Would he do like weekend jobs where he'd fix somebody's chimney, right? People's chimneys were broken down, so he'd tear them down. So he's up like 3-4 scaffolding high, and I'm down at the bottom, and he's got like the pulley with the bucket and everything, and I'm 7, and he's like helping me, but it makes me feel like that I'm actually doing the work.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. He actually also like he teach me how to like mix cement and everything, and so he would have workers work for him. They can use the electric cement mixer, but me, I had to use the actual. You've seen those rakes that have no, they got the holes in like the hoe. Like the hoe that's got the holes in it.
I can imagine, but I've never seen it.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys are a little young. You guys are so used to it. Yeah, you guys are a little young. You guys don't know what real work is, right?
No. Hey, Grandpapa over here.
Hey, were you working a construction job at 7?
No.
There you go.
No,
that's what. Remember, we talked earlier. We need to get back to those days where we learn the trades, we learn all the stuff, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, but then so like he would sit there and he would tell me, like, no fill the wheelbarrow up too much because she's gonna spill. Right, because it's just like water, right? So I don't listen to him. I don't listen to him.
Don't waste anything.
I spilt a whole wheelbarrow full of cement, and from 4 scaffoldings up, a piece of brick, bang, right in my forehead.
Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah, and the kids are complaining that we're sitting there yelling at them and saying that they need to smarten up.
Yeah.
Try taking a piece of brick in the forehead, right?
You're like, I
guarantee you, I never did it again.
Yeah. I can't smarten up. I just got hit with the brick.
Yeah. I still got the scar on my forehead too, right? Even
and
at
I gotta
49,
do
I got a
book report tomorrow.
Yeah, you have a book report tomorrow. Yeah, I will actually tomorrow.
I would have loved to hear that you're the teacher here, and like you would have said, told the story to the teacher, and teacher would have been like, "What the fuck is this kid here? He's retarded."
Well, don't forget when we grew up. You remember we used to get the strap at school, right? We used to get like the meter stick. I was in a Catholic school, and I was actually taught by nuns, right? So I got the meter stick on the back of the hands.
Wow.
They'd tell you
because I was a good kid. Because I was a good kid.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
What do the bad kids get?
Well,
the bad kids get it.
Do we want to go down that road now? Do we want to talk about
this? The crowded room.
Ours is a little too early for that.
Get real crowded. We're get real crowded.
We broke the hour mark, so we're good.
Well, is that where we are right now? Hour?
Yeah, we're about an hour
and 10.
So, because last time we were 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it was like,
it's not a big deal.
But the biggest thing though is you got all these alpha males in here, right? We got
too much
a lot of testosterone, a little bit alpha males right out there.
Yeah.
But hey,
well, we got Captain like massive martial arts master here, right? Yeah. So that's why there's too much testosterone. That's why I'm sweating right now. I'm afraid what he's going to do to me.
I started sweating once he got here too.
Yeah.
This is just me, because I'm even Steven there. That I'm anyways Lucky Luciano, right? But I just want to give a shout out to
all the Italians.
No, not just all the Italians, but I honestly, like, me, right? Because I try to come in with a little bit of wisdom, but I think a lot of the wives.
Try.
I do. I think a lot of the girlfriends.
I think the crowded room's getting a little more crowded right now.
No, I just want to do a big shout out.
I want to hear you. Yeah.
I want to hear. I just want to do a shout out to there's a lot of things out there, like, right? I mean, the guys are the guys, you know what I mean? But the women, I think they put up with a lot of us guys bullshit kind of thing, you know what I mean? But I just want to do a big shout out to the mama bears that are out there right now that and the girlfriends and stuff, like, like some of the single moms and stuff like that. But these, they're sometimes they stand alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just want to do a shout out, whether, Carolyn, she knows. I mean, I love her. Like, I mean, she just, there's just a lot of the wives out there and the girlfriends out there that are standing beside us and allowing us to be the alpha males, the full of testosterone guys that are just trying to protect, our little cubs and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Well, they're the ones that actually we actually have to revere those women, right? Because that's the one thing that we've lost. We've lost revering the women, right? The women are the ones that actually are the ones controlling the household.
The matriarchs.
The matriarch.
Yeah,
and
I
remember, so it comes back to that.
I do a big shout out.
It comes back to the person that was sitting there talking about clan mothers and stuff like that, and the chiefs and everything. Yeah. The clan mothers, for example, like when I was in Winnipeg, we ended up. We ended up having.
I don't have one.
We had the clan mothers that they talked about how we forget that they're the ones that actually control the tribes, and we're all a tribe, right? Funny thing is, it doesn't matter what nationality, we're all a tribe, and they're the ones that actually pick the chiefs. They're the ones that actually will set the men out to go and do the hunting and do the gathering. But they look after the tribe. They look after all the children of the tribe. They make sure that everything's taken care of, and that's the one thing is we really have to realize that those women in this world, we don't exist without a woman.
Yeah.
And so when they have this whole thing that a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man, fuck off. Right. That is like, now you're taking something away from what the creator has done. The creator created you as either as a man or created you as a woman.
Well, that's true. And there's no arguing that. I think the bigger point is be whatever the fuck you want. Don't ask me to fucking recognize it.
Absolutely.
I'm going to call you what I see you as, and you can pretend you are whatever you think you are, but don't turn around and be like, you need to recognize me as X, Y, and Z, or else. Literally, why do they get a whole month?
Why do they get a whole month? This is my question. Why do they get a whole month? Why
get a whole year?
Well, we get a whole year. But the thing is, you think about it. You think November 11th, one day for the men and women that fought for us for our freedoms in World War II, they get one day. Why do they not get more than that? Right? We don't need to recognize. Great. If you're going to be gay, you're going to be straight, you're going to be a transgender, you're going to be this, you're going to be that. Don't push that crap on us, right? And the thing is don't push it on our kids. Yeah. Let the parents raise our kids and let the kids, be children. Why are they sitting there and pushing all of this, all this sexuality and this? It's almost like pedophilia is in our schools right now. And
I can agree with that.
I'm sorry that we're going down this line right now, but the thing is,
I don't give two shits.
Well,
I get it.
I can't wait for the second hour.
You guys are
the second hour is going to get real.
Let me take it back to the alpha males and the women. We have a lot of men out there telling men how to be alpha males and all this stuff, but honestly, after what you guys said about women, it made me think of this. It's like, a woman actually chooses who the real alpha male is in nature.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
so
through natural selection.
We can decide what an alpha male is between all of us, but a woman actually chooses that.
Alpha male.
There you go. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, man.
But that being said, I think we're all alpha males in this room. So
for sure.
Let's stroke our own dicks here. Hey,
the women, right? That's the one thing we have to agree that we actually respect the women.
Oh, sure, I'll agree with that.
Big shout out to all of them.
That was a perfect timing.
Big shout out to the mama bears, man. I love you all.
Big shout out.
And a lot of them are, it's getting tougher and tougher for a lot of them out there. And and stand tall. Sometimes it's not the easiest thing to do, and
it's not. And as a kid raised from a single mother that never had like a male figure in my life, I felt like perhaps my pushback was me trying to counteract the pure estrogen kind of a view of everything, because there is a downside to the pure feminine viewpoint, which is everything's a problem. Everything is a potential risk to my child's life. Yeah. And in all honesty, it's been that way through evolution. Like, women are wired to watch out for every little bump and shit, because men aren't going to do that. Men are out trying to provide. They're trying to hunt the animal. They're trying to build the house. And if there's a risk that your kid is enduring, that's compromisable. That's expendable to a certain degree for men, not for women. They need to quell all risks, and that's inherently built into them. So as a single as a child raised by a single mother, I think I pushed back on that femininity just to say like that's not the only thing, but I didn't know I didn't know square one, right? I was just a kid rebelling against his mother. In the long run, yes, there is no arguing with the female point of view as a whole, but there's no, like we said there's no bridges built without the men. There's no wars won. Right there's a juxtaposition between the two points of view that needs to be met in the middle. But I think for people to call us misogynist or my point of view misogynist
or toxically masculine,
it was just uninformed from both angles. So it was fighting back to the overwhelming flood of estrogen kind of.
And that's a little bit of that left iridology,
right?
It's trying to drive you down,
drive you down.
The
problem is it's so contradicted by itself. Like they say, oh, we're the party of free speech and love and peace, but you better take this vaccine or else you can't go to work. Right? Like these are contradictory points of view that have no merit in reality, that can't marry each other kind of to make sense.
I look at that whole thing that you're just saying, and really that's where we got, that was the dividing factor. I mean, I think we talked about this last time. But over the last 2 years, my goodness, like that divide that this prime minister hashtag Trudeau must go.
Yeah, that's a
Trudeau,
big fucking
huge right now.
Apparently it's huge right now.
Trudeau for treason.
Trudeau for treason as well.
Hashtag
I mean,
Trudeau for treason.
Good luck on that one.
Yeah, Trudeau for treason.
They're actually here's the thing. So Stand for Thee.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a group called Stand for Thee. They actually
got him going.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. You got me going. So Stand for Thee actually went and they filed documentation in Ottawa this week.
Yeah.
Right. And in courts, Trudeau for treason. Yeah. The other thing is the other hashtag that's really going around right now is hashtag Holocaust COVID-19.
Okay.
How come?
How
why?
come?
Why?
Oh, okay, the treason or the Holocaust?
Are you an idiot? How come?
Yeah. So there's a lot, right? And the thing is, and I don't know if you guys saw. I don't know.
You're having a good time.
Yeah.
We're having a good time.
Yeah.
Your viewers having a good time.
Yeah.
Please explain the hashtag.
Which one? Which hashtag? The treason one?
No. What you just
or the
said.
Holocaust?
Yeah, Holocaust for
COVID-19. Well, the thing is
neither of them happened.
Oh, absolutely not.
Are you a COVID denier?
Yeah. Are you a COVID denier? Or are you a Holocaust denier? Right. So if you think about it, it took Hitler 15 to 20 years to do what he did. It took Trudeau 7 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He asked if we should be tolerated. That's straight out of fucking Hitler's handbook.
Straight
totally.
Out. Yeah, man. Like
Isn't
when I saw that, so here's the other thing. Did you know that that Trudeau now, he's actually inciting Putin. He actually went after Putin this week.
Right.
And Putin
UN agenda in New York.
And the thing is,
so when like just yesterday or
the day before yesterday, and the thing is
because of Russia's mobilization.
Well, the thing is because of Russia's mobilization. But now the thing here is, I talked to you about this last week after your podcast, because we had another conversation like an hour after your podcast you had with Luch last week.
Yeah.
We were on the phone
for an hour.
That's when I first met him, was over the phone. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is we ended up having some good conversations, right? People need to look up Potsdam Treaty, POTSDAM Treaty. Okay. The Potsdam Treaty was a treaty that was written back in 1945 amongst all the Allied nations. All the Allied nations signed to this treaty, and that was to stop the uprising of Nazism in the world.
Okay.
Right? Because that's what World War II is all about, was to defeat the Nazism, right? So all Allied countries. So when Putin he went to all the Allied countries and says, I'm going to enact the Potsdam Treaty. You need to either stand with me or step aside. And they did the total opposite, and they ended up giving money to Eastern Ukraine, which is total Nazism. If you actually take a look, Freeland has Nazi background in her family. Her grandfather worked with Hitler.
Right.
Her grandmother was the bookkeeper for.
I'm not sure where.
Who's that other?
Carl Schwab. Carl Schwab.
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing is so she's got Nazism background. Like you guys saw that.
And she's the only deputy minister that's sitting on the WEF.
Absolutely,
board.
she's actually on the board.
On
She's
the
on the WEF board.
Right?
And if you guys don't know what the World Economic Forum is,
we do.
You
We
guys,
do that.
well,
Yeah,
you guys do.
Hey,
but your
maybe
listeners,
you do, but maybe
yeah,
they
your
don't.
listeners,
Yeah.
if they actually start, they got to look up the WEF and really look at it. Klaus Schwab, who is the head of WEF, has a book called The Great Reset.
Yeah.
The Great Reset is to sit there and to depopularize the world by over 7 billion people. And how did they do that this time?
Well, they used
by vaccines.
They use the COVID narrative.
The
right?
COVID
And now-
narrative.
and we talked about this last weekend because now the new narrative is the climate hoax.
Oh
Right?
yeah, and it's
I
always
mean,
been a narrative.
They're going to bring something in to usher in.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get everybody off of fossil fuel, and then we're going to get everybody on the Tesla, and then we'll let you know when you could drive your Tesla and all.
And
that.
when you can charge it.
And when you can charge it. and all that kind of
Okay,
stuff.
You'll
we
be
live in northern
allowed to
BC,
charge it.
right?
Yeah.
How long do you think that effing battery is going to last
In the middle of
in
winter.
minus 40-degree weather?
No.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's no charging stations between here and Vanderhoof.
Yeah.
Right?
And
I've
we
been
know,
saying that for months.
Carmen and I know
Yeah.
somebody that actually has one of those Tesla vehicles, and they're just like this thing, and they're
POS?
Oh, it's a POS.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly
and then
that.
you guys think electric cars suck? Did you hear Canada?
Electric airplanes.
That Canada
Oh my
just
God.
invested in electric airplanes.
30 of them, I think.
200 kilometer difference.
Both these guys know what's up. 30 of them. Canada just bought 30 of them.
Air
And
Canada,
They can,
actually,
fly,
Air Canada.
they can fly up to 200 kilometers at a
Yeah,
time.
200
Whoa.
kilometers. That doesn't even get us to Williams Lake.
We don't
For
even
Prince
have
George.
like
What
like,
a
fighter
fucking
pilot
waste of
planes.
money.
Yeah,
you know
no
what
shit.
I mean? Like, send that to fucking, like, I don't know, like Vanderhoof. Okay, now you got a plane to fly, patients to Prince George. You know what I mean? There's a use for a
It's a
plane
joke.
like that.
Okay,
What a
so
joke.
so I actually I pulled something up today, and this is actually it was perfect for what we're doing today.
What a
because-
joke, man. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
So what it takes to make a lithium ion battery.
Oh, yeah.
You guys
I don't know if we've covered it in this podcast,
No,
but
It's called child labor.
What I would
Yeah.
say, yeah, it's basically like blood diamonds, basically.
Yeah.
pretty
Right?
much.
You're pretty
if,
much-
you,
yeah,
if you really
yeah.
want to talk about
Yeah,
it,
man.
it's almost like blood diamonds.
Hey, how's that super sat?
what's that? Super soft?
Super set. Yeah, you're right.
Supersata,
Okay.
yes.
Much more beef
There's a
jerky
nutty
than
flavor in that one.
pepperoni.
That one there, that is actually brandy. That's actually
Is
a
that a
whole
brandy one?
bottle of Napoleon brandy that the
Ooh.
pork loin actually sat in.
There's a peanut flavor to it.
Yeah.
Is there nuts in there or anything?
No nuts.
Weird.
No, you want to see nuts?
No.
No. Okay.
Less nuts, the better.
Okay. So one
actually
electric car.
allergic.
So here it is.
I'm
One
allergic myself.
Yeah.
one electric car battery is 50 tons of ore to refine 25 pounds of lithium, 900 to 1,000 gallons of fuel to move the ore lithium refined by using sulfuric acid. The mine in Thacker passes requires 75 semi-loads of acid a day. One electric battery for a Tesla requires 25 pounds of lithium, 60 pounds of nickel, 44 pounds of magnesium, 30 pounds of cobalt, 200 pounds of copper, and 400 pounds of aluminum, steel, and plastic. To produce one battery takes tremendous amounts of energy supplied by coal,
Right.
nuclear, or gas-fired power plants. If you believe this is green energy,
Yeah. And that's for a car battery.
that's for a car battery.
Car lithium
And
battery.
now think it for the airplanes. How many
Yeah.
lithium batteries to lift that airplane to go
Oh,
200
man.
kilometers?
Why do you
Right.
think?
Right?
Why do you think?
Oh,
the
they actually
elites are
have-
buying up Africa. Why are they buying up some of these countries like that? Because they know
That's where you get lithium.
That's where you get lithium. That's where you get all these precious metals and stuff like
Africa
that.
was bought and
Yeah.
sold a long time ago.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, like really, let's connect the dots here because
I mean, they've been getting fucked over for a long time.
Wow.
Not just for lithium's maybe a newer thing, but I mean, like for a long time.
The
Yeah, you got
precious
shiny
metals.
jewels there.
yeah,
Yeah.
precious
Cool.
metals.
Like,
Do you hear what they're doing in Canada? Did you did you guys see here, let's tell you what's going on in Canada.
What's going on in
Let's
Let's
Canada?
talk about our backyard.
Any
Right?
of you guys
Did
heard
you
of
guys
Canada?
see? So there was a guy that
Hey, before we go there, you did a good job out at Camp Hope, though. You did a good job.
Was that the Winnipeg
When we
camp?
went, I was
Okay.
talking about that Winnipeg there. This guy here, I got a big kudos to this. I call him the Grand Poopah.
Pooba.
He's my kumpati, which is like the Godfather kind of thing. But and he's done a lot. No,
What does that mean? Oh, hey.
he's done a lot for this. You know what? We got him in our back country like this.
Yeah.
He's in Prince George, man. No, but
Do you not live in Prince George normally?
I live. Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
moved to Prince George '97.
He's done
Got
a
him
great
here.
job.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, and honestly, we need troops.
Well,
Like, we need patriots. Like
he told you guys a story last week that he got me to do the convoy on January 29th.
Yeah.
And I was just looking after all the big, huge metal, all the rigs. We had like 80, 90 rigs there.
Was that when you went to? No, that's not.
That was back in January.
That was back in January.
It's a lot
And
that's
then
happened since 9/11.
so then he asked me to look after the convoy that we're doing.
Yeah.
And it took us 6 hours to get out of CN Center. That's how many vehicles there were. There was over 3,000 vehicles in that convoy.
Oh, okay.
They actually looped Prince George twice. They came back halfway
That's more
through.
than a Cougar game,
There
eh?
you go. Yeah, yeah. I've been to
Way
Cougar
more than a
games.
Cougar game. Sorry,
I've seen
Prince
that
George
thing. They
Cougars.
weren't even
It
touching
doesn't
it
take
on
that long.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was every single parking lot, and the thing is, the drone pictures that we like, the videos that we have from drones, is just nuts, right? And that was like massive, and that's when everybody showed up in Ottawa. But then about a week and a half later, we did another event, and that's when Bonnie Henry doubled down on our mandates.
Yeah.
And I got up on the stage, and I was pissed off. I'm a dad of an 8-year-old daughter.
Mhm.
I don't have 8 kids. I got only an 8-year-old. I
Okay,
turn my phone off
A
on
dad
Father's
of
Day
8,
before this
but
time.
it doesn't hurt to say you're a dad of 8.
Yeah, but anyways, it doesn't hurt. If you got 8 kids, the power to you. If you got 10 kids, 20 kids, the power to you. The power to the woman that actually had to put up with you that many times and raise the kids. But anyways, so I got on the stage and I said, I'm pissed off. I'm taking a convoy straight down to Bonnie Henry's front door. Who's with me? That was on Saturday. We left on Monday, and we had 3.5 kilometer convoy go down south to Vancouver.
To her house? Did you make it?
We had a road hockey game right in front of Bonnie Henry's house. I went and knocked on the door.
Her
I
one
even
of
said,
many
"Hey, you want to come play
houses,
goalie?"
I'm
She
sure.
didn't answer, but I was going to say you can actually. I promise that there's no frozen tennis balls,
Yeah.
right? But anyways, so we ran 6 or 8 convoys from northern BC down to Vancouver for like 4 months straight. I kept on bringing more people down, and we did shit every single day.
Yeah.
We went onto the island and we went to Czech News and we wrapped Czech News, which is global, on the island, and for 4 hours. We had a convoy that just kept on circling around Czech News. No vehicles in, no vehicles out. So no fake news went out for that 4 hours.
Just like a shark.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
absolutely. And then we went to John Horgan's office, and that's when the Emergencies Act was in place. And we plastered the front of John Horgan's office with over 1,500 ballot of no confidence.
Yeah.
It said Trudeau. It said ballot of no confidence at the top. Then it said Trudeau, check mark.
Yeah.
John Horgan, check mark. And the Emergencies Act with a big X through it. We did the same thing at Jagmeet Singh's office. But actually on Valentine's Day, I'll show you guys a picture later. But we actually bought a box of chocolate dildos, and we sent them to Jagmeet Singh's office, and it said, "Happy Valentine's Day, love Justin."
That's racist.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chocolate dildos.
Fringe.
No, there was white chocolate, there was brown chocolate. Doesn't matter. We had both colors.
We
Doesn't
had
matter
all
which one you wanted to take, right?
And then the next
Brandy
day,
and
he's
some of
like,
those
the
chocolates,
fucking
eh?
fringe minority.
Yeah. Well, I guarantee
yeah.
you, the people that worked in that office, they would have laughed their guts out
Oh, yeah,
when they
yeah.
saw that, right? They have to know that this shit is like real. They
Oh,
have to
dude.
understand.
As
And-
soon as DeSantis
They
sent
do.
everyone
They do.
to Martha's Vineyard
Oh,
last
is
week,
that
they
beautiful?
figured out it was real.
What?
And
Wow.
then,
Can you elaborate?
elaborate.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The governor of Florida has been getting an influx of Venezuelan
Yeah.
migrants that are illegally crossing the border.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So the thing is, up in Massachusetts and in Martha's Vineyard, they're considered a sanctuary state because they love
Yes.
immigrants and
Yeah.
stuff, right? So he's
Okay.
like, okay, why don't I bus
And-
all these illegal immigrants
They
right up
said-
to your front door,
They said we'll take them in. Remember?
to Kamala Harris's front door?
I
She
heard
owns-
about that
yeah.
like months ago. He said he was going to do
No,
that.
this was literally last
well, you know,
week.
but
the
he also
Obamas.
says
The Obamas have a place there too, right? In Martha's Vineyard.
Right.
And that's
They
where-
bought it.
and that's
They bought
where-
Martha's Vineyard.
I know, and that's where they do their satanic rituals there.
Okay.
You want to
okay.
get the satanic rituals yet, or is that later?
Oh no, please help yourself. But
You know what?
Help
Anything goes.
yourself. We got
Yeah,
charcuterie
yeah, yeah.
board
Help
right
yourself. There's satanic
Hey,
rituals here.
There's
But
no
Carl,
blood
to
to
sausage
get
here.
to
We got
to get to
vaccinations.
the bottom of the story,
here. We're to solve everything.
they're a sanctuary state that turned a busload of
And they did.
immigrants away.
I know, because they like if you watch CNN, they're all upset because they're saying, well, how could they do that? That's kind of racist. Like, why
They
would
were
you put them on
equating
about
it to
and
the
then-
Holocaust.
They were.
Really?
I
They
know,
were
I was watching
equating
a little bit.
to the Holocaust.
Not
yeah.
letting people into the country.
No, shipping them off
Just
on
shipping them over
buses.
Shipping
to
them back.
They were asking people if they wanted to go. And then they were paying for people to room and board to get up there to eat and everything all the way there. And this is equated to the Holocaust, where they shipped people off on trains of hundreds in a car.
I actually wanted to say this
Starving.
earlier.
Greg
Just yesterday
in Texas and DeSantis are like
DeSantis is my hero, dude. If he runs,
he will be president.
God.
I love that guy.
He will
but
be president.
just man, this is a little like close to home too, because just recently, from like what I've heard, this isn't an official thing. It's not like the government announced this, but apparently they just shipped up 200 homeless people from Vancouver up to here, which is why things are so crazy.
Is that what
Well, they did that during the games, the winter game or the Olympics or whatever.
That's why I said to,
But no, it just happened again, I guess.
They're
like
bringing them up to PG,
which is why like things have been so much worse for like the last little
Are
while.
they flying them in? Because that would be interesting.
Probably busing them.
Bus them? Yeah.
But apparently they bus like it's not just here, like all over BC and Alberta. Like a bunch of homeless people just got bussed out of Vancouver.
Downtown Vancouver, I don't know if you've seen that. Like
it's horrible.
Like East downtown on the East End, like that.
It's terrible.
Refugee camp.
It is.
East Hastings,
East Hastings. It's bad. Goodness.
I remember East Hastings in like 2007. There was like a handful of hobos that would try to swindle you. They kept trying to sell me like potpourri as pot. Be like, he want bag, bro, and they would literally
are
like.
You sure that was East Hastings? Because they'd actually give you a lot harder shit.
Yeah, no. But they were trying to like.
Thank God you didn't buy it.
They were trying to pass off nothing as pot, right? And I was as 2007. I was like 16. Yeah, right. And I was like, I need that pot, right? But
Luch's for you.
And I won't lie, I did buy a bag of potpourri once.
Probably catnip a couple times. Who knows? Yeah.
But
so that whole Martha's Vineyard thing, did you see all the memes that they showed all those walls that Trump was putting through Mexico? They're putting them around Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
As a meme. Oh yeah, there's all. I got them on my phone.
And there's those memes with the Obamas with fucking machine guns. Like,
did you guys see the meme?
Get back to your own fucking guns.
Did you guys see the meme of Michael Obama giving it to Barack Obama?
I don't know who Michael Obama is.
You don't know who Michael Obama is?
No. Is that Michelle Obama?
Educate me.
Yes.
Because she's a guy.
Hey,
yeah.
The funny thing is I've never seen a picture of Michelle Obama pregnant.
Oh, you know what I have seen? Her dancing on Ellen and her nutsack flapping in her pants.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
There's something flapping in her
I've
pants.
been looking. I'm still looking.
Yeah.
If there's anybody out there that sees the picture of Michelle Obama,
right,
send it to me.
There is no picture.
These people with money,
they're all adopted. They're all adopted.
I know they're
right?
adopted, but
you can literally implant like your full-on baby into another body. And then they carry it.
Is when Michael doesn't have a uterus, how is she supposed to, or he's supposed to give?
You don't need a uterus. You just need an egg.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know, but things how you're going to grow it. You're going to grow it in like your what? Your scrotum?
Well, I'm not this is where my doctorate ends. I missed that day in doctor school.
yeah.
Well, the thing is here's the thing: is like Luciano touched on it. You don't see Michelle Obama anywhere pregnant. Right. You take a look at the pictures of when Barack was in school, and his best friend is this person named Michael, and you look at the face is identical to Michelle.
Really?
Oh, weird.
I got it on my phone. I'll show it to you. And the thing is and you never see any of that. So you have to really think like, and you got to go back to. Okay, I'm gonna bring you guys down a little bit of a rabbit hole right now.
All right.
I think it's time for a rabbit hole. I think we should actually have a shot first, then I'll take you down the rabbit hole.
You know what? That seems fitting.
Yeah, because I saw you starting to pour.
If you guys need
let me see. Okay, like
a doobie going around, we could do that.
This is awesome.
Yeah, that's actually. I gave shit to Jose Cuervo. But that Raposado. That's not from the like the scraps.
You don't fuck with Jose, bro.
He gave shit to Jose Cuervo himself.
Yeah.
I told Jose that's not.
I told Jose that's not the way you make it.
That's not the way you do it.
Yeah.
We gotta do some good photos here. We gotta put some good pictures up on your guys' walls.
No, please do. Yeah, it's a work in progress. We're getting everywhere. Yeah,
that's your gift that you gave him last week.
I know.
We love it. Thank you so much. I love the shirts.
In the middle of the podcast,
no matter how
taking
many,
a fucking photo.
So are we gonna answer some of these questions?
Alex, just get in here.
Yeah. I think a bunch of the people have a bunch of questions we should answer.
Let's
do that right now. Then we'll,
Goldfinger's hat
we'll do a shot,
says
and go down the rabbit hole.
Goldfinger.
They did that in 2010. He's talking about
Which one?
Fuck. Well,
Michelle's in
These
vitro.
people,
In vitro,
they're
Michelle
educated.
Obama.
I like these people that are on here.
No,
They're
they are.
educated.
They're awesome. Their
Yeah.
crowd's good. Man.
Yeah, and the thing is I got 15 years of being down the rabbit hole. Like,
Yeah,
I was red pilled 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And the thing is it's never been the same. I got a bracelet on here right now that says "You are not alone."
Yeah,
Right. And the thing is, I felt like I was alone for the longest time, man.
No.
I thought I was alone.
and now here you are in
well,
the crowded room.
in the crowded room with 5 of my favorite people right now. Yeah. Well, then I got my family at home are my favorite people. You guys were
15 years ago, I thought the world was going to get smashed by the Anunnaki and the Mayan 2012 shit. If you would have asked me, dude,
15,
I was like,
15 years ago. How old were you?
fucking see
How old
it.
were you 15 years ago?
17.
17.
I was 20.
Yeah. And were you guys awake? Were you guys red pilled back
I
then?
was.
No.
I
Unless
was.
you would have asked me about the
Jeremy
Mayan
was.
calendar, then I could have told you a
Yeah.
million. Give Carmen
Luch
give
can
Carmen the
vouch
mic
for
real
me.
quick.
Okay, here's Carmi.
We actually went to the like the place for the end of the world.
Really?
For my honeymoon.
You went there?
We went there.
Were you guys
At the
It was
like,
end of
actually an amazing experience. There was
Wow.
thousands of people
Wow.
there, all kinds of
Right.
New age people. Oh, they were all there.
were you
Wow.
were
I
you
met a
wanting
bunch
the
of
world to
people.
end, or were you just embracing it, or
We just
like
wanted to
how were
check
you
it out.
feeling?
Dude, I would have been if I was your age. I would have been there too. Like,
Oh Jesus! Don't say it like that.
no, because I was 17. I had $0.
Oh,
I
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
go anywhere or do anything.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, now I'm the Yellow Ranger. What the fuck is this?
Well, you know something? The cups got mixed up.
Yeah.
That's
And the
okay.
thing is, I'm gonna take the black cup.
Oh man.
That's good for the immune
You
system.
know what? I gotta tell you guys, man. You know what? When you guys asked me to come back, and I was just like, oh man, I'm so excited. I was actually so excited.
Oh.
when you guys were like- when you
We've always wanted
your
to
phone.
have you on, and also with Carm. So tonight's a treat for everybody, not
actually,
just
man,
our
it's
guests,
so
but
good,
us
man.
as
This
well.
is so beautiful, man. And I just got to give a shout out to your guys' podcast.
Thanks,
I
man.
started listening to it when Carm came on, and it's such a good time, and you guys are just so genuine, and I just love you guys.
Thanks, man. We love you
I
too.
just love you guys, man. It's
Hell
just-
yeah.
It's such a good.
You always have a home at the
I think
Crowded Room
I think we
podcast.
need I think
and
we
at
need
my
like
home in
wireless
general.
mics on this too.
You know what?
Yeah, we could probably. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? Huh?
We need
Well,
we
one
need
day
the Terry
we'll-
Bradshaw headset mic, the Britney Spears fucking mics that come off your headphones.
I
Yeah.
was,
You'll
I was
know-
almost ready to start licking the table because you can't waste good tequila.
You know we've made it when we got the wireless mics and everything. Joe Rogan doesn't even have wireless mics.
You want to know something?
I know.
He
has these.
We're
He's
gonna
got
give
those,
Joe
yeah.
Rogan a run for his money. Thing
Yeah.
is we can come back and we can talk about shit anytime you want.
Yeah.
Oh,
The thing
please do.
Oh,
You,
yeah,
you
and we
tell
will.
The
us.
amount of
Yeah, we will.
information that we've collected as a collective
Yeah.
is just absolutely crazy.
Hell
And
yeah.
the thing
But
is,
I-
where else can you like spill tequila and still be
Yeah.
allowed back?
And
But
no one
even-
kicked you off.
You drank tequila, didn't you?
But
I won't
No,
get
no, I
pissed.
didn't. I
You know,
went
okay,
back down.
Because I
'cause-
saw you a couple times last week. You drank your tequila without these guys.
Oh
I was
yeah,
really
no,
pissed
that
off
was
at you.
towards the end
I
of
was
the
actually
show.
You got, that's
grinding on
bad
that.
etiquette.
That was
That's
towards
how you
the
know he's
end.
not Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
he
it's
wasn't
Croatian,
Italian.
right? You think they
Yeah.
need a little bit more
Yeah.
respect?
Those Eastern
Honestly,
Bloc guys.
You got a
Hey.
penalty for that.
Hey.
You got a penalty.
All right, I get a pee-pee slap and I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, fuck.
Hey.
But-
It was an accident. I would never do that on
You know what?
purpose.
I got
He needs a shot.
I
That's
gotta
why I
give a
did
shout
it.
out though, honestly, like to because you know you guys now we've kind of just brought you guys into the freedom family kind of thing. You know what I mean?
You guys
I
were
mean,
already there.
I
you guys
appreciate
were-
it.
You guys were already there.
honestly were there, and I know Jeremy was, and I wasn't sure about you, Alex, but
Yeah.
to be honest, like you know,
What did you think of me? What was your initial?
well, you know what? I just
this
knew
is
that
interesting.
at the end of the day, because you were hanging out
Yeah.
with my boy Jeremy.
You think I would snuff
No,
you?
I just knew that you were awake enough. Like I always thought, I go, he was awake enough that he just knows what the hell is going on, kind of thing, right? But
But now
there's
you
just a
met
lot
him
of-
and you know.
yeah, and there's just a lot of freedom fighting people out there, and they're just to me, I love them all because they're willing to stand up for their family, they're willing to stand up for themselves, they're willing to stand up. They're mama bears, they're the dads. That was the other thing that, you know, because like a lot of times I showed up at some of these places and Carm did the exact same thing. You know what I mean? We'd be out there by ourselves.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're a lonely guy out there,
Soldier,
but at the
lonely
same
soldier.
time you feel
You
what
feel
you're
alone
doing-
at times.
yeah,
Yeah.
you do. You know what? You're feeling, you know, I showed up at PGSS you know, on day one of my little baby girl there, she's 14 now, but I mean, like, you know, but I just look at her and she's just, you know, she's precious. She's, you know, she's my everything, right? You know what I mean? But there I am. I'm just standing up there for what's right. And sometimes there's moms that are doing that and dads that are doing that. And I value them all. Honestly, at the end of the day, I value.
That's what I'm saying. Even on the left side, they're just doing what they think is right. Yeah. You can't fault them for that.
That's right. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It comes back to the whole "don't tread on me" kind of American mentality.
Yeah,
it's like, favorite flies. Do what you want. Fucking let me do what I want. And if we can't see to that, then we can't coexist.
Yeah.
And that brings us to a civil war, right? Like if we can't mediate, and so that's the whole thing. We're avoiding we're trying to avoid total war ever again.
Yeah.
Can we coexist? Can we accept that? Like, sure, you want to call yourself a woman. I don't. Can we coexist? Oh, yeah. Jesus, fuck.
What?
Oh.
What happened?
What?
Oh, I lost my.
Oh, you lost.
You lost your mind. What's
there
going
we go.
On?
Sorry.
Hey, what's going on here?
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a couple of fucking.
This is the Crowded Room podcast.
Hey, ladies and don't forget to tip your waitresses. Oh, yeah. This guy just fucked around a little bit.
I don't know what's going on. Alex had a problem there, but we're back.
I finger tapped one of the shit buttons on here, but anyways.
I got a shout out from Kenora, Ontario.
Yeah, they did.
Kenora, Ontario was actually watching.
Kenora from Ontario?
Kenora, Ontario. In Kenora. Kenora is a town in Ontario.
Okay, yeah.
If you know your geography. Oh, wait a second. They don't teach geography in school anymore.
Kenora. How many people live there?
There's 3,500, 4,500.
Oh, well, that's why we haven't heard of it. Wow. They're like, Kenora, there's about 3,000 people that live there.
I'm saying. I had a whole bunch of people that just texted me.
Well, that's cool.
From all across Canada, right? And my buddy Jamie, he says he's in Kenora, and he just had a bunch of our freedom fighters. Jamie Nicholson,
No disrespect to the freedom fighters.
Freedom fighters across Canada.
Joke.
Jamie, I love you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but we're all across Canada, and the thing is, I actually got a message from some people that were in England that are watching right now.
Holy shit.
That's great.
Yeah. Guys.
Hey, shout out.
So speaking of the people watching this, we got to get to the chats a little bit.
Yeah, please do. This
one of the biggest things.
Let's not get off scale and actually answer as many as we can from them.
Yeah.
Because there's some great people up there, and the thing is I saw that bump up. It was up to like 35 people at one point.
You guys,
really?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah. Well, the thing is I put it out to 41,000 people in on our page,
and they're all eating dinner and sitting with their families.
Well, no, a lot of them are like in Ontario, out in the East Coast,
and that's midnight over there.
I know.
Absolutely. And they want to listen to our bullshit.
Carm, what happened at Camp Hope? I think I kind of
let's hear from Carm for a second.
Let me just get through this real quick.
Please do. So what do us Italians eat? Let us eat.
So they said Unreal Podcast. This will be their biggest cast for sure. These boys are legends. Wireless mics are shitty. Everyone got to wear a pack with them. Just need a mix with more. Sarah Fisher. Hey boys.
Sarah. Oh, hi, Sarah.
There you go.
Oh, Sarah.
I don't know Sarah. That's your guys' friend. Yeah. Okay. Andrew, once again.
Alex. Good mama bear boy. Right there.
Sarah?
Right there. Yeah, Sarah's.
Andrew says, Alex ain't woke.
Andrew's my boy.
Alex is a stud muffin.
Me and Andrew. Me and Andrew were high-fiving under the table. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
he shed 30 pounds. He shed 30 pounds. I mean, this guy is chiseled.
Yeah. And then Carolyn, she's saying rabbit emoji, rabbit emoji, rabbit emoji, rabbit emoji.
She wants me to go down the rabbit hole. That's why. She wants me to go down the rabbit hole.
I get it.
Either that or raw.
Carb's on his way home.
Yeah. Cassandra says, Andrew, you can be Alex's hall pass. What
Carolyn's
does that mean?
been a loyal listener.
Oh, that means you can hook up with Alex?
Yeah, me and Andrew.
With Andrew.
Yeah.
And then it's all good?
Yeah. Same sex doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
Samesies?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, Cassandra deal. And then one last thing. I'm gonna go back just a bit to Cassandra's question. Cassandra had a question, which is, what do you guys think we should do about the homeless people?
Oh, good one.
The homeless
you know what?
people.
I put him in a fucking
Karma's tell us.
The guy running for city council. I want to hear it from his
Throw
mouth.
him in the pot.
The guy who deals with it every fucking day.
Actually, yeah, it goes back to what Luciano was talking about. This is not the only thing I've done. I've organized so many different things. My friend, she actually spoke at the UN before too. She can speak to rivers and trees.
For real?
Dude, you know what? I supported all her events.
Is she half otter?
She's like it's like a,
I get
yeah.
it. No, basically
Yeah,
half otter.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
And I supported all her stuff. You know, I believe in food and water, animals, the pollution. I stood up for all of it.
But what are we going to do about the homeless?
That's what I'm saying. And the homeless.
Yeah.
I fed them.
She can speak to the homeless?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
No problem.
What are we going to do?
So
if you're elected as city council member, what are we going to do about the homeless?
I already have a network of friends
that
are already doing this already. The thing is, I am going to bring my solution forwards. Now, it's only will the city and the government allow these people to have some land, because they need somewhere to go when you say go home.
The problem is they have land. It's the reservation, but people don't sell drugs. People don't hand out fucking.
That's not true.
People don't hand out busking kind of money in the reservation, so they have to sit on the street and ask for money.
Well, the thing is, you're pigeonholing and you're sitting there saying that they're all native.
That's just that. That's
and that's the whole thing. So there's.
I thought that's who we were talking about. Oh no, we're talking about the homeless. Sorry, that was a racist slip.
Yeah, well, it's okay. It's okay.
So we're gonna have to cut that.
Okay, so go ahead. Hey, I've got a lot.
Good thing I'm not running for city council.
Okay. My brothers and sisters, I apologize. He will be lashed with 22 pounds of spaghetti, wet noodles in 20 minutes. Anyways, but no. So
he does not represent the views of Carl Manhattan.
Regardless, if you give them a plot of land, that statement still stands. They need general
housing, regular housing. Yes,
there we go. But they still need the general population to beg money from. They still need drug dealers nearby to buy drugs from, and that is not on these plots of land that you're offering them.
No, the thing is, we don't need to sit there and offer them plots of land. We need to get them into housing, right? Get them into proper housing, get them into the society. We need to make sure that we're teaching them life lessons that they can do.
Can I just butt in real quick? We actually have enough housing. It was all just built. The first month, it was all full. At the end of the first month, it was all empty because they found out once a month they actually have to clean the fucking place. So like once a month they actually have to clean up after themselves, and they all got kicked out after one fucking month.
This is a situation, guys. Look, I'm there. Like I keep saying, I'm there. I already did so much work already. I already know. So what you have to do is you got to meet them where they're at, and we have to stand up for their rights to choose to do what they want with their bodies.
It's true.
And we have to stand up for their rights. They want to live on the street, live on the street.
Yeah.
Look, the situation is that we need to give them an area. I believe, and my whole thing is, and I know it, and I double check it because I know that it will happen. I know that if you empower them, they will become empowered. They actually, if we tell them, it's referred to as an earth ship, and earth ships is also referred as a living home. It takes a lot of labor. Watch them do the labor. I watch them doing labor.
They give them a purpose for life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
I also believe in a God. So I believe that spirituality needs to be offered if they would like, and not just one type. The native spirituality for sure. There needs to be a sweat lodge in the town. We need to remind the people again that they have no respect, dude. They need to understand this person is respected and revered elder.
Yeah.
They need to understand that they have value and people are trying to help them, so they can no longer say that. And in saying all that, though, and I think we're going to be speaking at a special forum on this coming up too as well. I do want to balance it out with the equity of the people, the taxpayers, and everything. It's not fair that they're doing any kind of crime. All of us will be here to help you, but there still can be no crime and everything. So no one can complain about any of that. But we have solutions. The problem is, they're giving them land and they're not getting taxes. They're going to have the garbage picked up, but they're already picking up their garbage. Okay, so all this stuff, we actually can save money, give them a solution, but have surrounding parameters around it, because they are not going to take that option of a shelter that is provided. We need to meet them where they're at.
They're not
going
going
to
to
want a
take
real
it
solution
because most of the time it's with a parameter that you can't get high. You can't bring drugs. Can't bring other people.
There's
around.
rules. The rules and the things they
don't want rules.
Well, we don't want rules.
No,
the government's doing that to us right now.
But there
we
are
get rules from the government. You know, take this jab or else you lose your job. Take this jab or else you can't go in that.
There's
restaurant.
literally
Take
pay
this
these
jab
taxes
or else pay
these taxes or else you're on the street.
Yeah.
That's what those the rules that we live by right now.
I'm gonna come right out and I says I haven't paid taxes in 10 years.
Income tax
in 10 years.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
Allegedly. You know something? Here's the thing is if you guys just say no, right?
Just say no.
Just
say no. Like thing is,
it's not wrong.
Is why so I've got people that actually high five me when they hear my story that I haven't paid taxes in 10 years, and they're high fiving me. Right? I don't care. They send me letters. I don't fucking care. Send me the letters. What are you gonna do? Right? You can't take the shit away from me.
White collar jail where you go play fucking pickup basketball in afternoons.
I play basketball?
Yeah, white collar jail. Yeah.
I
can hit 3-pointers like crazy.
One-handed. Yeah. But here's the thing, right? Is so here under the Municipal Act, for example.
Yeah.
Right. Carm's running for council. Under the Municipal Act, if you actually read it through, it's 300 pages and it's very dry. There's a section in the Municipal Act about assessments. Did you know that the municipalities actually do all the assessments on the for like property taxes?
Okay.
So the municipality, if they really wanted to save the people money in the community, do the assessments at zero. Because really, all that the province gives you back after you get the provincial taxes is 12%. 12 effing percent.
Yeah.
Comes back to the municipality and the rest stays with the province. Right? What are you supposed to do at 12%? So regardless, it goes into a pool.
Nothing.
So if you sit there and do all of your assessments in the municipality at zero, you'll still get 12% of the rest of the province. So you're still going to get money. So that's how you're going to bring money back to the municipality. But here's the thing is if you take a look at it, the other thing is I'm going to go deep dive in here, and I'll go under stuff. So the government doesn't have any allodial title of the land. The land that you have your property on. If you ever notice that your land taxes never go up, but your property taxes go up, because they only have the betterments on the land, but they can't tax you based on the land. Right? Like the Queen of England, when she was alive, she only had jurisdiction of the land under the sea, and she's not a fish. So that land under the sea is now a boat. Okay. So she's under maritime law. She's not under the natural law. Natural law is what we should be under right now.
Yeah.
Not under maritime law because we don't live on the sea. We have land. So her jurisdiction.
Yeah.
I heard that we only own the top foot of our property. And then the government owns everything under that.
The government doesn't. The government owns nothing. The government does not own the land. They do. Stuff, right? They call it crown land and the crown. So if you really want to go deep dive into the crown,
please do.
Right? In 1931, when Canada became a corporation, that's when everything in terms of the monarchy and everything.
So you say corporation, you mean like LLC?
Yeah. I told you guys. 000230098. You type out that number and you'll see that the Canadian corporate seal. We're a corporation. BC is a corporation. It's a sub-corporation of the corporation. So since 1931, we've had the alienable rights to seek our own de jure government by we the people. The people can write a constitution. The people can ratify the constitution, and we can kick those motherfuckers.
The problem is that stands behind like a giant civil war, basically.
No, it doesn't.
Because they're going to push back.
No, civil war, if the people see that we are doing the right thing for the people will actually go against the government.
Yeah, they cannot contest it. That's the
ideally
whole thing is they will not be able to contest that because the people will be speaking. The problem is right now is and that's what we go back to is right now is the freedom fighters right now. A lot of the freedom fighters out there right now, they get angry about different things and they're willing to stand up. They're willing to stand up to what's going on with the atrocities that are going on right now throughout this whole country. I mean, what Dom is talking about is absolutely right. And what they're doing in Alberta.
I don't say it's wrong at all. I assume what it's going to be behind heavy fucking
Alberta right now, Dr. Roger Hodgkinson.
The referendum?
what they're doing right now, the
independence
of Alberta right now.
Yeah, the Republic of
Art
Alberta,
Pulowski and stuff like that. Like
they're all trying to fight for to be in a separated from Canada.
They have separated. They've separated already. They've already told you. They've separated from Canada already. Now they're going to go back to Ottawa and they're going to say, what are you guys going to give us? Because we've been paying royalties and we've been getting raked over the coals over and over. Yep. Oil and gas right now in Canada, whether you agree with it or not, they're the ones that are feeding the coffers right now. And I'm going to keep on driving, my powered gas vehicle, and then oil and gas right now.
Let's get diesel pressure.
You know what I mean? Like but what I'm getting at is they've already, what we're talking about right now.
Yeah,
Alberta's already ahead. Within 3 years, Dr. Roger Hodgkinson the other night was talking about this, and he said that they've already left Canada.
No. See, here's the thing. No. What he said is we didn't leave Canada. Canada left us.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So the thing is, Canada actually is not doing things for the people. Right.
Yeah.
So the big thing that people look at the freedom fighters as being lunatics.
Right.
Yeah.
As being
fringe minority.
Oh, sorry. Can I wear that hat over there?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hand him the hat.
Yeah. Here, I'll wear this.
So
proudly.
Trudeau can't hear you.
I actually wear one that's actually a size 12 and a half.
His whole
cabinet. Size 5
There's
and a half
no
that you
12
wear.
and a half.
Yeah.
Switchblade
There's no 12 and a half. Do not believe him.
So
you guys
here's the
want
thing.
one Switchblade Union,
Switchblade Union, tinfoil hat. You had to see all the tinfoil hats that we had out last weekend.
Last time Karm was on,
actually, you guys did have one.
Yeah. You know something? I really, honestly, I could sit there and bring you guys down rabbit holes upon rabbit holes upon rabbit holes. Yeah. But I'm just going to keep it kind of easy. I'm going to make it easy right now, because the thing is, think about it. A turtle is in a shell, right? And so to sit there and get the turtle to come out of the shell, you give a little bit at the nose, and the nose will come out.
Yeah, you can't.
And I'll give them a little bit. And the thing is, you're not going to grab the head of the turtle and pull it out, because it'll go back in. Just give a little bit each time. So I'll come back about 22 times so I can finish my whole story. Right. But anyways, so if we think about everything that's going on right now, we look at what the government is doing to us.
Yeah.
Right. They have actually made more mistakes and came out. They should have waited 10 more years.
Oh yeah. No, they're pushing it hard. That's what I was saying last week.
Us mofos wouldn't have been able to fight. We would have been in our 60s.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said last week. It's going to take a full-on gun in your face to get people to comply to this 2030 agenda stuff.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
For people to actually follow the 2030 agenda.
It's so aggressive that it's going to literally take armed guards standing there saying, yes, you fucking do this.
So they're already trying to do it.
It's the environmental police that's going to come on.
The environmental police. In Winnipeg.
We were there.
50,000 square feet.
We were doing that, man.
Environmental facility in Winnipeg. Yeah, we were there. We were gonna actually, if we had 20,000-30,000 people in Winnipeg last weekend, we would have went down there and protested the fuck out of that. And I swear, we would have been surrounding that whole building.
There's interrogation rooms and
interrogation, weapons rooms.
They're
all this other shit.
hiring cops right now that have.
They're not cops.
Well, they're not cops.
No, they're thugs that are being. They're
environmental police officers. Basically.
Environmental. Yes, you pissed on the sidewalk. Here's a shotgun.
They can come on to any property they want.
Conservation officers.
No. Conservation officers. It was actually funny. It's actually funny because
it's for sure like that.
Like if you go to Winnipeg is the center of Canada. Yeah. The absolute center of Canada. It's the center of Turtle Island. Turtle Island is North America, South America, and that's the center of Turtle Island. If you go back to natural law, they talked about Turtle Island.
Okay.
Right? And the thing is, the women of Canada and the women of Turtle Island went to Ottawa to protest, right? Mm-hmm. So anyways, Turtle Island is North and South America, and Winnipeg is the center. That's where the capital of Canada should be, is in Winnipeg, because that's the heart of Canada. And right now, sitting in Winnipeg, there's a clan mother by the name of Sipico.
She was telling us about that.
Yeah, so she was the one that called out the Pope about a month and a half ago. She put the Pope on notice, saying that we do not follow your laws. We follow the great laws. Us, the daughters of Turtle Island, have appointed chiefs
Yeah.
Count yourself on notice and tread lightly because they are
That's
coming
what
for
you're
her.
saying. I would say Sipico sounds like one of those ancient Italian
Aztec.
Well, I thought it sounds like Seneca, like those Roman rulers, kind of like.
So we went Thursday night when we got to Winnipeg before we went to Camp Hope.
Before we went there, though, I got to chime in though. Because, no. Before we got to go there, though, like Dom, like we all had radios, right? Like so, there's a convoy, from Calgary. And
had CBs.
We had about 130, 140 people on this convoy coming out of Brandon.
Yeah.
So everybody, like, we're going by and everyone's honking the horns and stuff like that because when they did the Ottawa run, everybody was on the highways at minus like 30 and minus 35, and so we're going down and we're all honking the horns and people are at the end of the, like. What is that? Is that highway? That's Highway 1.
Yeah, Trans-Canada Highway.
Trans-Canada Highway, right? Yeah. So we're going down and all of a sudden, like we're rolling down. There's people just out on the highway just with their family and their kids and they just knew that we were coming down there, right? So
it's the least they could do, yeah.
That least that they could do kind of thing, right? But I mean, Dom's just like, man, every time we're going by these places, I make sure that we're saluting them and appreciate, everybody that's coming out on the side of the road kind of thing, right? But what my point is on that whole thing was a lot of the other convoy, some of them didn't want to go and show their respect, right? And Dom's a paisano, like I can say that wholeheartedly because he's Italian, right?
You can say that, I can't.
Yeah, he's a paisano.
No, you can say it.
That's your guys' word.
Yeah, that's our word, right?
I don't know what that means.
So I'm in the same truck.
Paisano means brother.
Yeah,
cousin.
He's my brother, cousin.
We're blood.
It sounds a little derogatory.
So what I'm saying is like Dom's. We're coming in.
You want to be paisano?
I do want to be paisano.
Hey, don't derail his conversation though.
Zivio. But anyways, no. My point that I wanted to say is I'll drink this in a second, but I got to say this though because Dominic we were coming into town. And Dom's just like, hey, anybody that wants to show their respect, we're going to go down to the Legislate on Manitoba grounds, and there's a teepee there, and we're going to go meet Sipico and all that kind of stuff. So some people didn't feel comfortable about that, so they veered off and they went to Camp Hope, and then of course I'm the driver. Dom's on the phone because he's he's a busy guy. You know what I mean? Like so. But anyways, I just got to say that this guy here, if it wasn't for Dom that wanted to show total respect. And Sipico is beautiful. I got to.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Sipico, man.
Sipico, what she did, no one else has done. And the power that this woman's got, she's got the seal of all nations.
Amazing.
She's got the seal of all nations.
Man.
She's trying to bring together the red, the white, the yellow, and the black. Right, the seal of all nations.
Beautiful.
Bring all people under one. Because the thing is if we don't stand together, and we don't beat this tyranny and this evil, and she wants to do it with peace and love. And like the last time that we were when we left Winnipeg and we met up with Sipico and there was too many people around and I was getting shuffled off the property because there was a lot of shit. We can talk about that after. Yeah. The thing is there was a lot of negative stuff that came from outside. Like we lost comms for 2 days. Really? We did a video. Luch did a video.
Friday night I brought everybody together. And I was just bringing everybody together out of love and unity. Carl.
Yeah.
I mean, like what we're built of, man. I mean, love and unity. The next day, Saturday and Sunday.
Well, wait a second. It got a million hits on his video.
That's what he said that too.
Yeah, because thing is, I put it out on 40 different Facebook pages. And then it went around the world. And same thing. It went all around the world. We had people in Australia that saw it. Cool. We had people in Germany, in France. In England, everybody saw it around the world.
And so to take that to another level, they know honestly between the freedom fighters of Canada and the truckers of Canada, the truckers did a monumental thing that what they did, right? But they know that if they take down Canada, they're going to take down the world. We're a G7 nation. Remember that. But Canada is the one that did
We're the tip of the sword.
We're the tip of the sword. Honestly, at the end of the day, we're the tip of the sword. And they know that if they can actually take down Canada, right, and call us all these names.
And when you say they, are you talking
tip of the spear is the
we're talking about WEF. We're talking about the government. We're talking about all of those evil mofos in this world.
I know this, but for our viewers.
So the evilness in this world, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, the monarchy is a major part of the evil. They're satanic worshipers.
Let's
Ding
cheers.
dong, the witch is dead.
Ding
Ding
dong.
dong.
I think that needs a shot. That needs a
Another
shot.
shot. I just took my shot.
Yeah, no, we need another shot for the queen
Not
is
in my
dead.
big chunk.
And the thing is her illegitimate puke of a son.
Oh.
He thinks he's in charge.
With the
Wait.
fucking sausage fingers.
Yeah, bring that over here. Like
That guy
this.
creeps me out.
Go like this, and then bring your
Oh,
nice sister.
You want me to talk like
No,
that?
no,
I'm
turn it
sorry,
on, turn it on.
guys.
Like
I'm
that.
sorry about this.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
talk
here's
like
one
this.
question.
Levi says best podcast ever. Best podcast to date. Sorry.
How about Jimmy Savile?
Andrew says these boys are greased.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thing is we're all
Greasy.
drinking like coolers and beers and stuff.
Yeah.
And 2 bottles of tequila. If we're not greased, I don't know what it is.
Here's a little
I
bit
mean,
shit.
And this is how
You know, but honestly,
This is how the
honestly,
podcast
like,
should go.
I
this
think,
is how
I
men
think
talk about
you
shit.
know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, we just upped the bar though. Like the bar kind of.
Oh yeah, and it continuously.
I don't even know if you guys can actually invite anyone else on after this.
No,
I think we're gonna be on every week. I think we're the new Joe Rogan.
This is the new
No one's
podcast
gonna beat
here.
this, first of all, because
Yeah.
let me just take a second to
We're
say
just gonna like
you
stare
can't
at them.
buy this from a store. This is
No,
special.
you
This is
literally gotta
homemade,
make
homemade.
this.
I've been enjoying every single.
Yeah,
fucking
you're
The only
bite
thing
of
you
it.
buy from the store is that cheese and that bread.
Asiago.
But
Asiago.
this here, the sausage, the soprasad, and the capicola, it's all made by my parents in Ontario.
Oh
That's
my
like
God.
saying,
Big
you
shout
gotta
out
bring-
to Maria and Gabriel out in Ontario
Oh,
and
man.
St. Catharines.
Let's
So
shout out
good.
the comments real quick. What do we got here, Jay?
You know
We
what?
got-
We got
There's
What's
a
up
comment
here?
at the
What's
top
up,
there.
what's
Read
up
that
here?
one.
Michelle
we got Carm in the house, man.
Free Girl.
She's talking about drug addicts when we were talking about cleaning up homeless.
Okay.
She says it takes 16 months to 2 years to get people rehab, trained, and ready for society. We need good facilities, and for men, or for men and women, we have nothing in PG for women. We need social housing.
Yeah.
They also need consequences when they break the law. Now they do whatever they want, and lots of crimes committed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's
the
that.
thing is, that's what we got to do. We got to be
Yeah,
there
it's-
supportive for
it's-
all of them,
yeah.
right? And the thing is, this man here, like Carm, the
Carm.
support that he has for like the whole community and
Oh,
what
yeah.
he does.
Oh man,
sure,
and
yeah.
anyone who knows Carm knows that. Like just going training under him, training at his
Well,
his
he's got a
facility.
business downtown.
He cares.
He's
Oh, I got a
He
business
cares,
downtown.
and that's important,
Yeah,
right?
you do.
I got a
actually.
business
Yeah,
over in
Carm.
Quebec Street. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
too
do.
far away. I've
For
actually
sure.
I've got the homeless
Yeah,
that
he's a
actually
business owner,
live
too.
in my corridor
So
down my
what's
street.
your business?
I'm not saying you don't. I go to Carm's place at least once a week to go train,
Yeah.
and I see
Yeah.
the way he deals with the people that
Oh, he's
ruin
right.
the
He's
area
in the
around
heart.
him. I
He's in
see
the
the
heart.
way he deals with the fucking.
More than
Perfect.
that,
Hell yeah, they get slept
He still
around
respects
and-
them.
Yeah,
the
he
thing
does.
is
Yeah.
they'll never do anything to Carm's business because he doesn't sit there and spit
Mm.
and chastise them.
no, but
He tries to empower them.
they've tried to break in before.
Yeah.
More than that,
Well, the thing
If
is,
I
it's
can
not
say
Cracky's
necessarily
gonna
something-
crack, bro. Cracky's gonna crack.
if I can say something, as a 19-year-old adolescent in this town, getting into trouble, getting into street fights and whatnot, I found Carm as a bastion of almost like a port in a storm. It was amazing to find Carm at that age to guide me towards actual productivity.
Discipline, maybe.
Discipline is a better word for it, rather than just
he made you man. He made you man. Didn't
misspent youth. Yeah, I met Carm at 19 years old, losing at the losing end of a street fight where I realized, hey, maybe I should learn how to fight.
he? Mm.
And it was very humbling. It was very the word escapes me, but I almost saw you as like a father figure to me, Carm. It was an amazing guidance towards a proper trajectory, a true path to where I wasn't concerned with beating the thugs on the street. I was concerned with beating who I was yesterday.
There you
And
go.
I found it to be a true father figure, to say the least. Like I said, a port in a storm, a Valhalla, like a heaven and hell kind of thing, where I found myself in a true sanctuary. That's the word I was looking
There you
for.
go.
And
Yeah.
you're probably not the first
Yeah,
person
yeah.
that can say that too. There's probably a
Yeah,
few
man.
people out there that can say that about you. And
That means a lot.
Thank you. And you mean a lot to me, Carm, for real.
Thank you. You know what? I truly have helped. Like I don't toot my horn, but I helped thousands. I know parents always come and thank me. And once again, I went to 50 sweats before. I understand those Indigenous people. I know I have actually solutions. Now, will they do it or not? At least I'm going to put them out there. And I've proven over and over again, more than anyone. I challenge any one of them to ask. I will speak. All I'm saying is, let's even talk about the other side. And I have bravery and courage to do so, and I will. That's why I feel like I'm standing for the silent majority.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely.
So when we were talking about people that were going to run for council, right? People are saying that I needed to run for council because of what I've been doing with the freedom movement, right? We've been talking about Luch because he's a businessman and everything. But when it all came down to it, every single one of us in our whole group said, if Carm doesn't run, right, what are we doing? Because the thing is what this man has done in this community, right? I've been in Prince George since 97, from day one. What he's done for boys and girls and families. You don't have a dad. You just turn around and says you're like a father figure.
Exactly. And I could have turned to drugs, to selling drugs, to gang banging, buy a gun.
No, but now you're doing a podcast.
Buy a gun is a good fucking
And not only that, that was like maybe almost 10 years ago you started going to K-10.
Oh, that was 14 years
So what
ago.
I'm saying is like Carm's had that long to do that even more with other people. For so many more other people.
This is the male figure in your life more than any other male figure in your life.
I think so. Yeah. I think I could say that.
And the thing is, and I'll tell you, so I met Carm probably about maybe only 6-7 months ago. I feel like I've known this guy for like 20 years, 30 years, right? Because I've seen what he does. Like there's nothing that hinges this man.
Yeah, he
right?
speaks to people, man.
He speaks with the people. He doesn't speak to them. He doesn't speak to them. He's not a preacher. He's not a preacher. He actually enables people to empower themselves.
For sure. But when I say he speaks to people, I mean he speaks to their heart. Like like your words have weight, to the people you talk to.
The other thing too is like, oh shit. Oh, down there. Oh, my fault. Right. No, but honestly, like Carm, like at the end of the day, like, and that's why I said to Carm, I'm like, you know what? He's just like, well, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. I'm like, Carm, you just have to do it. Sometimes we don't know what the hell we're doing, but at the same time, we just got to go out and we just got to do it. You know what I mean?
And that's what we're doing.
There's so many people in this community tonight, and that's why I kept on reiterating. And sometimes we lose sight of that kind of thing. And I mean, it's not that I'm tooting his horn and all that kind of stuff, but he's so well respected. There's so many kids. I witnessed.
I wish I was a kid here in Prince George.
Yeah.
That was actually at his martial arts studio to get his teachings, but I'm getting his teachings as an adult.
If you can have a straight head by 15 years old,
oh man,
like I'd never had, but if you could have a straight head by 15 years old and actually come into the tutelage of a mentor like Carm that actually like has your best interest at heart. Because I mean, growing up without a dad, you always think that like I know what's what, kind of like your bravado. I have to fake bravado because there was zero.
No one ever showed you that you don't know shit.
Yeah, exactly. No one puts you in your place because like, especially as a bigger guy, your mother stops fucking intimidating you by like 13 or something, right?
Yeah.
So you think you've got it all figured out. And so around 14, 15, if you could actually get a straight head on your shoulders and come into a gym like Carm's and get tutelage in the right direction, it's insane the potential.
Oh yeah, like I think of like people like Samir, Carter, Amon, like those guys, like we're all pretty tight these days, but I look at those kids and like I call them kids because they're a lot younger than us now, right? They're not kids though, they're young adults.
Yeah, young adults.
20 to 24, 25, whatever.
I think of myself at that age as a kid.
Whatever their age is. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. But like, man, I was hanging out with Samir the one day and I'm like, man, you're so lucky to have all these people around you telling you like not what to do, but guiding you through your life. Like, I'm not talking about privilege and whatnot, but some people didn't have that. You know what I mean? Like even myself, like fucking, I didn't have older people that tell me this is right. This is what you should go to the gym every day, go to kickboxing, do these things. And Samir
Father
has not
figure
only
stuff,
you,
man.
but he's got like the rest of us as well that he actually hangs out with too. Like, you know, I hang out with Samir, you know, and it's like,
so Carm did that, you know, the children's festival that we did in the park and stuff like that, right? The whole month was awesome. July, the whole month was so sunny. Everything was sunny and stuff like that. And then it was raining that day. And
there's still a lot of kids that showed up.
Yeah, there was a lot of kids that showed up, and we were like,
geoengineering.
Yeah, it was. Totally.
Did anybody see the chemtrails?
And I knew that as soon as it started raining, and it was just like, it wasn't the greatest day and stuff like that. But we set up tents and we were trying to make it the best for the kids, right? Because it's all about the kids, kind of thing, right? But Carm, I just gotta say to you, man, my hat's off to you, honestly. Like you took it in stride, even when the weather was not the greatest and stuff like that. But
rain or shine,
Carm was like, he just had a smile on his face, and he's just like, and he knew. And then even when he was on the band shell and he was talking to everybody, and then afterwards we did the drumming and stuff. It's just like the whole thing was so moving. And I just got to say, man, you know what? You're a stand-up guy. And I can't wait till you're in city council, because that's what we need, man.
Hell yeah.
Well, how about a cheers to Carm?
Hell yeah.
Oh, that was
And then let's go back to your viewers. I want to hear some of your viewers, man. And your viewers are awesome. Salute. Roast.
Nice driveway. Let's see here. Where are we? Andrew says your guys' appearance makes my appearance look like a circus show. Andrew was on the show. He did a really good job.
I think Andrew's episode was great.
It was so good, dude. We had a great talk, great time.
Come on in.
But he is saying that you guys put him to shame.
No,
that's
Andrew.
him just showing respect.
These
Andrew,
are
don't hate on
completely
yourself.
different
awesome.
genres, and I
Yeah.
think Andrew's episode was amazing.
Me too. Yeah. Andrew, don't sell yourself short. It's just a different genre.
Yeah.
Sarah Fisher is happy as a pig and shit. Just all sorts of nice
Sarah,
emojis.
we love you. She's such a good. Oh my goodness, she's homeschooling.
Amazing.
I gotta give it out to all the moms that are out there and the dads, because I can't
Hell
forget
yeah.
the dads, but the moms are always they're homeschooling their kids.
I mean, everybody knows.
I love you, Sarah.
Luch loves MILFs.
No.
Sorry. What?
Is that what you said?
That was my search history.
Oh,
I'm
my
sorry.
bad.
Shop
big
teachers.
booty mills.
Homeschooling, eh? Like, you guys are doing homeschooling.
Andrew says people that teach the youth are key to the community. It's hard to find people with such compassion and effort. Sarah says, such a good man. My family is so thankful to know Carm. Andrew, I'm still a kid at 32, lol. And no, not chemtrails, lol. Sarah, emojis. She says, vote for Carm.
Yeah.
Carolyn, big heart. Listen to the outpouring of love. Much respect for you all. Carm's a peaceful warrior, and that's true.
Yes.
And Andrew, the last one here. Vote for Jer and Alex for such good content creators.
Right.
My brother.
Thank you. So much love all around for everybody. And
You guys,
Right.
have
let's play some
applause for
tunes.
everybody.
I think we gotta play.
Are we done?
No, I don't think so.
no. Okay.
2.5 hours.
We're
2.5 hours?
2
It's
hours, 20
insane.
minutes. Like,
2:20.
yeah,
No, it can't be done now.
if you guys
We'll
want to keep
get
going,
there.
we'll go.
I'm good.
We'll
I
get
think
there.
Carm's got
All
lots of shit.
We
in his
appreciate
bag.
it. Thank
Dude,
you
look at all
all
the fucking
very
shit left. We
much.
gotta
No,
eat
we
all
can't
this.
go. Yeah, no, we got some shooters still to do.
I love the
Carm's-
shout
we gotta
outs
get
from
Carm.
everyone.
I want Carm to do some PR here, man. We got to get Carm talking.
Dude, we got to get Carm to do a freestyle rap.
No, that is not concurrent.
Let's do some raps.
Or the
yeah,
breaks.
I just saw in I think it was Carolina, somewhere in the States, this old Republican lady put out this rap song. Did you see
I
this?
saw
yes,
that today.
It's so
It's like, and
That's
I
what-
uphold the
Yeah,
Constitution.
and then who's the other guy? There was like a famous rapper. He changes the lyrics over something.
no, never saw.
Was
But
it that
this
one?
lady's like,
I didn't see that.
I saw that one.
she's like rapping about like I love the Constitution. Or
Yes,
something.
she's that one.
just
Yeah.
She does it real slow, and then the other guy, the rapper, the actual real
Oh,
rapper,
I haven't seen that
takes
part
it,
of it.
and he loves the Republicans,
Yeah.
and then he changes it around, and it's just like, and it sounds like
yeah. Sweet.
I heard that one today.
That's
actually.
awesome.
Yeah, it
That
is
was
cool.
crazy.
Also heard a terrible cover of Bohemian Rhapsody recently.
From
Oh, my
Justin Trudeau. Yeah.
Hashtag.
Hashtag terrible.
You know what? I went on that, and it was the hashtag Trudeau must resign or Trudeau.
Must go.
Must go.
Trudeau must go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
right
there.
now. Yeah.
There's
My
a
goodness.
treason Trudeau, but good
No,
luck
but-
on that one.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but this one here, oh my goodness, it had like, I just kept on reading, and there was just like people from every profession
Incredible.
that it just kept on going down and down. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm like, these are the people that make up Canada.
Yeah.
You know, these are the backbone of Canadians. And then this guy here has about 9%, approval rate right now. It's just, it is.
Nobody-
That's what I heard. It's 9%, right? After he did this, the
Bohemian
song,
Rhapsody.
yeah, like
And
after he did-
worldwide.
it
Worldwide.
went,
Not just Canada.
this guy's getting
Worldwide.
trashed.
The thing is, the
What
British,
an embarrassment. He's getting
the British,
trashed.
the Indian, the Australian news networks
Yeah.
trashed the shit out of him. Canadians were like, "Oh, it's a jovial fucking
Yeah.
display of,
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
emotion."
We
yeah.
just did a cheers saying fuck the Queen. We're no better
Did we?
in that case. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So like he was
But fuck the
disrespecting the Queen, which
Yeah.
is why they're hating
Oh, he
on
totally-
him.
he
When he's
just-
supposed
yeah.
to be there respecting
The
her.
thing is,
That
we're
being said,
shitheads.
none
and
of
the
us-
prime minister.
None of us actually respect the Queen.
We didn't. No, we don't.
But we also
yeah.
don't respect him, so we can talk all the shit we
Yeah,
want
so
about him.
it's,
However, you
over
can't
to-
hate on him for disrespecting the Queen because
Right.
that's
No,
our
but
thing.
the night before,
None of us are in
like,
office.
the night before the funeral, I'm like, really?
Yeah,
That's what you're gonna do?
I mean, yeah, he stole my move.
but I mean,
Right? Yeah.
if any of us did that, it'd be fine. But if he does it, like, hey, fuck
The
you,
drama
you piece
teacher
of
that he
shit.
is.
Hey, you guys
Yeah.
want to talk about the Queen? You want to talk the monarchy?
Yeah, tell
Yeah,
us
yeah,
about
Let's
the.
go down this rabbit hole, right?
Let's do it.
Okay, so I sent
do it.
Luciano a video last night that went up and showed the heinous stuff that happens.
with the
Prince
Queen,
Philip, his
with the
best friend,
adrenochrome.
yeah, well, the
Oh.
adrenochrome
The
is
people-
one thing, but
the
the thing
kids
is, it's
going
all-
She
missing.
loves the kids.
it- it's
Residential school
here,
kids going
Prince
missing.
Philip, you know that his best friend was Jeffrey Epstein,
Mhm.
right?
Prince Philip.
Yeah,
That-
he's
That's
on the
not-
log.
That's
He's on
not
the log. You know
current
that,
king.
right? He's on the log.
Yeah.
Oh,
on
on
the
the
log.
on the flight log.
He's on the flight log.
Oh yeah, no, not the flight log. There's pictures. You saw the pictures. I sent you the videos,
Oh, there's
right?
tons of them. Tons
Oh
of
yeah, and the thing is there's so much stuff. Like, so you know, the crowded room's getting like, uncrowded right now. But anyways,
Yeah.
like, the boys are gonna miss this.
I
This
can
is
put,
the
I can
pleasant
put some
room.
booze in my belly.
Now we're in the
I got
pleasant
lots of
room.
room in
now we're in overtime now, right?
The
'Cause
decent room podcast.
we're almost at like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Don't
we
worry
went
about it.
240.
Yeah. So the thing is we actually talked about this was going to be
Let the hate flow through.
this was
you.
going to be like the record breaking night.
Yeah.
And the thing is, record breaking for like you got 5 people in the room,
I
right?
could give a fuck. Yeah.
And the thing is now we got to start talking about some shit, right?
Yeah. Let's
So
give her.
if you actually think about it, so
Yes,
Queen,
sir.
the Queen Elizabeth and Prince and Prince Philip
Bunch
came
of
to
cocks.
Canada, and you know that they ended up down at the Kamloops residential schools, and
Yeah.
there was 10 children that went missing
That day.
that day.
Yeah.
So the thing is, there's satanistic stuff that happens with the Queen.
Beautiful kids.
You know something? The kids should not have had any of that shit happen to them. The natives should never have had to go to residential schools. Like the thing is what they did is they're trying to strip them of their heritage. They're trying to strip them of what they are. There's a lot of natives that I've spoken to that don't even know what they are. They don't even know what they come from.
You could say that about a lot of Euro fucking centric people too, though. That a lot of white people don't know who they are, don't know where they came from.
Yeah.
They've done that to a lot of people.
Oh,
Honestly.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The thing is so when we were talking like to clan mothers, when I was talking to Sipico, like we were getting down the line with Sipico, who she is an absolute powerhouse. This lady here stood up to the Pope,
Yeah.
right? And you saw her come to the front steps when they put that headdress on the Pope in Pinoca.
Yeah.
She got to the front steps, and that's when she didn't know when she had to come out.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with her, and she said at that point there, when that headdress went on to the Pope, she screamed at the bottom of the stairs, "Take that headdress off his head." And then that's when she sat
Oh,
there.
no, it was good,
and
man. It
so
was powerful.
she sang a song that sounded like "O Canada."
Yeah.
Now the thing is, "O Canada" was stolen from the
Yeah,
natives.
the natives.
The
Yeah,
natives
absolutely.
actually, it was called Our Land.
Yeah.
They used
And-
to have the trumpets and whatnot.
No,
No,
the
no.
trumpets.
I'm
No,
fucking
that
with
was-
you. I'm fucking
yeah,
with you.
now you're just trying to be facetious.
Yeah.
Now I understand. I could use that word facetious.
There
with
you go. Hey,
understand,
whoa,
right?
where'd you
And you're
come
very
from?
condescending.
Hey.
right? Yeah, hey. Take out your dictionary. Let's see what other words we can come up with.
I got my dick out.
Yeah.
She
anyways,
sang that. No, she
so
did.
she sang
And
when
you
we were in the
you could
teepee,
see the
she sang that,
power,
man.
and you could see the power in her
Yeah,
eyes,
she sang that
and
in
the
the teepee.
tears, and the way that it came out.
Yeah.
Right? It's about our land, and that our land is supposed to be protected. Our land is for us. Our land is for the people. And the thing is that was stolen by the monarchy, and they turned it into O Canada, which turned into, I will never stand up for O Canada ever again right now, because that is not my national anthem.
Listen,
Right? And same thing with the flag.
So
the
we
flag.
were kneeling first.
What's that?
We were kneeling for the anthem
Kaepernick.
first.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Kaepernick.
you know something? I'll die on my feet before I live on my knees, man.
Yeah.
Because that's what everybody's doing
I
right
get
now. But anyway, so I
You'll
sat
die
there.
on your knees.
I will never
Die
die on my
on
knees.
my-
You'll die on your knees.
I'll
or
die
you
on my
can-
feet.
you
I will
stand
never
on
kneel.
your feet and die on your feet. Is that what you're talking
Absolutely. I'm gonna stand on my
that's a
feet.
true-
And the thing
that's
is
a
so
Die on my feet
All right.
before I live on my knees.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's
And that's the whole thing. So
Yeah, there you go.
so I've actually spoken to somebody. So
Yeah,
we had
that's right.
we had one of the rallies here before I
Patriots.
started doing the convoys down south.
Patriots.
And we actually had one of the people that actually was one of the children that were taken from the
Right.
residential schools, and the satanic stuff that the monarchy had done. Queen Elizabeth herself,
horrible.
like they put rubies in their eyes, right?
It was bad.
And the thing is it was really bad when I heard this stuff. So what ended up happening was we had somebody that showed up, and the guy was wearing a mask because he was worried and stuff like that. It's not that he wasn't a freedom fighter. He was unjabbed, everything like that. But he got the fear set into him, this older gentleman driving a truck. And the thing is we made some bad decisions that day. And the thing is the son came, and he was so upset that we were doing this because he was thinking that we were going to come after his dad and all this other stuff. And the thing is, we're not like that. Every single one of the freedom fighters that are out there right now, we care about absolutely every single person that is around. We are all about love and peace, and we're all about, trying to spread love and peace amongst everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you're brown, whether you're white, whether you're red, whether you're yellow.
That's right.
We're all one
family.
people.
Yeah,
And the thing is, that's what the whole seal of all nations is bringing together the red, the white, the black, and the yellow
No
under
blue.
one seal. And we have the seal of all nations right now, and Sipico holds that seal of all nations.
Yeah.
And the thing is once we can all come together, that's what scares the shit out of the government. That's what scares the shit out of the monarchy. That's what scares the shit out of these elites in the world, the Klaus Schwabs, the Hararis.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you guys saw any videos about Harari where he turns around, he says, we used to have all the intelligence outside the body. Now we have intelligence inside the body.
That's
And
what they're
because of
talking
COVID, we can actually infiltrate inside the body and
That's what they're
get all
talking
the
about.
intelligence inside the body. This is what they've done with this COVID shot. If you
no free will.
There's no free will.
Yeah,
And that's
right.
what they talked about. And the thing is, I'll tell you right now, fuck you. I have free will. If you don't think I have free will, go fuck yourself.
Some people
free
have
will,
argued.
that's not a thing anymore in the future once they hack humans.
They
even
can't
without
hack this
the shot.
motherfucker. I don't have that graphene
Wow,
oxide
you
in
know
my
what?
motherfucking body.
Yeah.
I don't care them swearing right
No,
now.
they
My
actually-
wife just watches this right now.
I don't
They-
give a shit if you're
they,
swearing.
they actually pre-programmed you to think this way, so you don't
No,
have
no,
free
no.
will.
Even before.
You know something? I'm going to program you with this microphone.
I'm gonna program
I'm gonna
this
make you do
microphone up your
acapella
ass.
Your ass right now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my
here's-
ass is
here's
in
the
the
thing.
situation.
So
Yeah,
I'm getting a little real right now.
Oh, yeah.
So the thing is, so if you guys actually go in, and you can actually go to realrawnews.com. If you want
real
news,
raw news.
realrawnews.com.
Hey, I didn't see that on the CBC.
No,
so
No, you know something?
it's not real.
Hey, the
It's not real.
CBC asked for the
This
government
guy's
for more
having a
money because they can't survive.
Let's
And the
play-
government is going to sit there and give them money. And so that they can actually do
Oh
their...
my God.
We need to play a tune.
Dude.
I wanna play
No. Tune plays us out.
No.
We got a copyright claim last
Do
time.
we?
It really
What,
doesn't
what do you
mean-
want to play? What do you want to
It
play?
really doesn't mean shit
I
because
know,
we
but-
don't monetize this.
Yeah, we don't care. We can play whatever you want.
Yeah.
What do you want to play?
Well, remember Holton? Like, I mean,
Is it a freedom
you already
song?
saw that one.
It's a
You already
freedom
heard
song.
If I can
you already
say-
heard fuck
Guys,
Trudeau.
guys,
If I can say
no,
one
but
thing.
fuck Trudeau is good right now.
I know,
Hey,
but the
hey,
thing is,
well,
You
use
know what? It is fucking Trudeau.
I don't. You know something? I don't want to fuck Trudeau because that's actually a pretty disgusting thing to fuck right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
great,
I mean,
great.
Guys,
Keep your
guys.
keep your
Bohemian
dick in the
Rhapsody is too
shower.
long.
Let's talk about what everybody is revering. What did this queen ever do for us? What did she ever do for the people of Canada? Honestly,
She named it Canada, didn't she?
She what?
She named it Canada, like not
No,
her,
I don't
but
think
her
she did.
goddamn
you know how they
ancestors.
named
No,
Canada?
she named it Canada.
No, you know how Canada was
no.
actually named? There was a big bowl of letters, right? and what
Alphabet
happened
soup.
was somebody pulled a letter and it was C, A,
They did one of
N,
those.
A.
They did one of those
D,
heritage
A.
videos.
I was sick and tired of your jokes.
Don't listen to him.
Okay, but anyways, so
Taking him down to East End, Vancouver. Don't
Anyways,
worry.
They did one of
Oh
those
my
heritage
God.
videos. Remember
That's
back in the
enough,
day?
But
Remember 20 years ago there were those commercials that were like this.
Canada.
This is how like yeah.
Dude, they're sending Asians into the cave and blowing them up.
Right.
and
They
stuff.
didn't have that in America.
no.
That's a
No.
Canadian thing.
Did you
Yeah.
guys know about the earthquake that we had yesterday?
Yeah, some of us
it
felt it.
ranked 3.2 on the Richter scale.
Oh, 4.1.
That's bitch shit.
No. It was 4.1, but then when they evaluated, it was 3.2.
Ah.
And the thing is 5 kilometers under the ground. What the hell are they doing 5 kilometers under the
Was
ground?
it
That's not
fracking?
us, dude.
What-
That's
what-
aliens. But I didn't
Fracking.
feel shit. I didn't feel shit.
Oh,
What-
I felt in my house, I was in College Heights.
Really?
I swear to God, my china cabinet started shaking for about.
College
But
Heights, because they said
Dude.
it came from Salmon Valley. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Salmon
It came from I actually had a lot of gas last night. I swear to God, that's
That's
it.
not enough. Hey,
honestly,
this guy's eating Mexican food.
I will not doubt you on
I
that
ate
one.
a lot of
You
beans
look-
yesterday. No, but anyways, so
No.
Anyways, ladies and
let's-
gentlemen,
let's get a
hey,
little real
Wonka,
here.
Wonka.
Let's get a little real
That
right
was
now.
perfect timing.
So let's get a little real right now. So those
Yeah.
children that were taken from those
Yeah,
residential
let's go
schools,
back there.
Yeah.
right? Even all the residential schools,
By the Queen?
the Queen, yeah, 10 children in Kamloops,
Yeah.
10 in Kamloops.
I told someone that the other day, and they brushed me off like,
Yeah.
oh,
Okay,
no,
you know something?
that never
I'll-
happened.
I'll
I was
send
like,
you-
literally, just type in those words: Queen,
I know that-
residential school kids going missing.
It's too much. It's
Yeah.
too much
Yeah,
information
the
for
thing
a
is,
lot of people.
I sent Luch the video yesterday.
It's
and
almost
I
like you
sat
can't.
through
You
because I
can't
knew I was
even talk
coming
to
on
those
here.
people that actually have the mask on by themselves. We're coming back. We're coming out of Edmonton, and they got the N95 by themselves in the vehicle. You can't even
In
talk
their
to-
own car.
In their own car.
Scared of
Are you
themselves.
kidding me? They're scared
I
of
see it
their
all
own
the time.
shadow, man. I'm like,
I-
are you kidding me?
Okay, so
But
they're
they were
These are
going
the
to
type
be
of
that
people.
way anyways. This
But you know
just
what?
exacerbated
So
it.
what I'm
but
waiting
that's what the
for,
government
and
is
he's
doing,
going-
right?
He's going for the same thing right now, and this is what we're talking about. I just can't. I love people with a backbone.
Yeah.
I resonate to people with a backbone.
Hey, we're
That's why-
people.
I know you are,
This is
because
the
that's why I'm on
Backbone
your.
podcast.
That's why I'm on your guys' podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and that's
You
why
gotta
we
drink-
came back.
Oh, thank you,
But
sir.
what he's talking about, and until some of the, you know, and I love, I've got so many Native friends and stuff like that. But my goodness, typical. You know, I said to her, I go, if you're gonna go back out to Ottawa, I said, you know what?
No. What
I'm
did you
worried
say?
about-
What did you say to her?
No, I did.
You said to her, "A storm is coming." What did she say to you?
No, I said, you know what? If
What
you're
did
gonna
she
go,
say to you?
I know I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
I was
I'd like to
scared
hear
for
it.
her because I said to her, like, you know,
These are spicy.
I thought to myself, oh my God, like maybe I'm not going
Ginger.
home. I'm gonna be going out to Ottawa, right? Because you know, here's a beautiful woman that called out the Pope, and then you know, I'm gonna go back home, and she's gonna go out there with just a few people, right? And I was just like, and I said to her, I go, you know, you're gonna go in the storm, right? And she just looked at me in the eyes, and it was almost like it was powerful, man. I'm telling you, man. It was
She's a
just like-
martyr maid.
she is, man. She just said, she goes like this. She goes, I am the storm.
Yeah.
That lady
And I
is
just
the
and I
storm.
just gave
And
her a
she's not
hug.
the first to say
She's
that.
amazing.
And she's not the
And-
last.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I gave her a hug and I just said, you know what? I'm with you spiritually. You got to do what you got to do. I got to do what I got to do. But at the same time, I'm just saying to the average person, you know what? At the end of the day, you know what? Stand. If you ain't gonna stand, you know, for you know, if you're not gonna stand for your kids, you're not gonna stand for yourself. What are you gonna stand for? And at what time of this timeline in
Your
our lives,
ancestors.
you know what? When are we going to stop and say, you know what? Enough's enough. They're grooming our kids, right? They're changing. You know, like I never thought in a million years I'd be at this point in my life right now, and I got to sell everything I own because I know what's coming down the pipeline. And most people are like, "Oh, well, it's conspiracy theory. You don't know." And you know what? No. The agenda is 2030. Justin Trudeau's bought into it. You know that he's actually down this path. You can see it. He's not working for the
He's
the
saying
Canadian.
it. He said
He has said it. The Chrystia Freeland is the only minister on on the parliament that is sitting on a board You don't think that Justin Trudeau is sitting on that same board with Klaus Schwab? Like, come on.
Oh, he is. He's part of their new leaders program that
They've
is
even
sponsored by
commended him.
Apple and Google.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, if you don't know what's coming down the pipeline, keep burying your head in the sand, because I don't have no time for you. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to align myself with people that are going to back me up, and I'm going to back them up.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at right now.
That's where we're at right now. We don't have much time. We
That's
got 4 years.
what we're doing. Yeah.
I want to talk about the Queen there real quick, about the Jimmy Savile, who actually was Charles Burger King's. He actually made him his godfather.
Did you just call Burger King?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Chunker.
You know something? Sipico turned around and said that the outhouse that was over there is her king, and that's just as full of shit as the king of England. There's more shit in that. And there's more shit in that porta potty. That's the king of Canada as King Charles.
Hey, the Sipico lady sounds amazing. I'd love to meet her.
You know something? I will get her out here. And the thing is so right now she's actually on her way to Ottawa, and she's going to erect a teepee on Parliament Hill. Right now on legislature in Winnipeg, and all of Canada. She's got the ley lines already set.
Guy.
That teepee is a 28-pole teepee that hasn't been erected for over 200 years. 28-pole teepee, which is called the Law Lodge, is sitting right at the steps of legislature, and that cannot be moved. They tried to evict her 3 times in the last 3 months,
right?
And her powers supersede any powers in Canada right now.
Where do her powers come from?
So here's the thing. I'll give you a little story about Sipico, right? Sipico is one of those ladies that her power. So she was born, and her grandmother was one of the head clan mothers of the Cree nations, the original Cree.
Yeah,
not the new school Cree, but the original Cree. She saw this light in her eyes when she was born, and usually babies' eyes aren't open at birth.
Mm-hmm.
So when she was 2 years old, her grandmother took her from her mother and raised her out in the wild. And raised her to be in the woods where they actually do. And the thing is she raised her to be the next powerhouse clan mother of all nations.
So when she's out this way, do you think, man, I don't know.
She's unbelievable.
I don't know if she'd want to join the crowd.
She's unreal. No,
I promise we'd stay sober and we would be more professional about it. But dude, I would, if you bring her out this way.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now.
Come on right there.
Yeah. So that Thursday when we arrived in Winnipeg, what ended up happening was, so Luciano didn't get to the end of the story. I called all the vehicles ahead of us because we were the tail car, right? Because the thing is I always want to be at the back to make sure that all of our people are taken care of. When I go on a convoy, I'm always the tail.
When we go hiking, that's how I always like to be. I always like to be at the back.
Yeah, and the thing is, you want to make sure everybody's taken care of, right?
Slowest person is taken care of.
Absolutely. And the thing is that's just probably just the dad in me that wants to make sure everybody's okay. And the thing is, because I care about every single one of every use and everyone else in this world. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I've got 6 businesses that I've walked away from. I got a family and a home that I've been on the road since the beginning of February. I have not left the road since.
When's the last time you saw your family?
Well, no, I'm with my family right now, right?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you live in Prince George.
Yeah,
fair enough.
George. But thing is so I ended up, I made sure that I let them know this is what I'm doing. I almost lost my family about a month and a half ago because I'm fighting the fight for everyone else.
Wow.
And the thing is I'm on the road. I've been across Canada 3 times in the last 6 months. To try to unite people.
How do you make an income while you're doing that?
It says unity, right?
Do you have an income while you're doing that?
No. The thing is,
all
it is. You see that T-shirts on your shirt?
Yeah.
Right. I sell T-shirts, right, to try to raise money, and people donate, right, to make sure that
you came up with this logo yourself.
Yeah. If you actually look at the logo, show them the logo.
I've been looking at his, like on his, because it's easier to look.
Yeah,
at
and if you look at it, you see that
it's great. No, I see the symbolism. There's the wheat. There's the truckers. There's the tractors. No, I understand.
There's everybody.
There's the mountains. There's everybody.
Okay,
together.
You know what those mountains symbolize? Those are the 7 mountains of evil that we have to travel through to get through. Yeah. And if you count the peaks, there's 7 peaks, right? And the thing is about everybody. This logo is actually went around the world because it's not my logo. It's a logo that we created, and I said, you take that logo, If you need to raise money to move vehicles around, to get people around, do it. Right? You want to sell stickers, you want to sell t-shirts, you want to do anything. This is all about the people. That's why it's the People's Freedom Movement, because we are all one people, right? And when we created that, everyone else is creating all these logos to monetize them, right? And we don't monetize nothing. This is all about the people, because we need to come together as one. If we don't come together as one, we are FUCK'd.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And how do you say that?
You're on an unmonetized podcast, so this is perfect.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's not monetized,
Like-
and the people are on there, right? And it doesn't matter. The thing is, I got T-shirts, and the people are black.
Where
And
can
this black
somebody go to
t-shirt, they're
get
white.
these? Hey, why don't you tell them
see,
where they
these
can
are-
go to get
Yeah,
these?
let them know where
These
we
are
got
truck-
Okay, so they can
fucking
actually go to the
pants.
peoplesfreedommovement.com,
Wow, that's
and they can actually order it.
the People's Freedom Movement.com.
Yeah, or they can actually get a hold of anybody around the world.
Yeah.
You can actually. These shirts are in Australia. These shirts are in England. They're in Italy. They're in Germany. They're in France. They're in Saudi Arabia.
And you would know because you sent them there yourself.
I sent the logos.
Wow.
I gave them the logos. It says, "Here's the logos. Do what you have to do with it, because it's for all of us. Because we all want to be free." The thing is we don't have freedom. We don't really even know what freedom is.
Now, compared to the states, our we don't have like a constitution. As
No.
we were getting at earlier, we don't have that
Even
that
in the
writing that
States,
says, well, they're a lot more free than us in on paper.
on paper, the thing is look at what their so-called president that has
Yeah.
never been in the White House.
Yeah.
Right? Did you guys see that that big, huge speech he did? And it was all red in the background.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then there was a symbolism of him and Hitler.
It
know,
looked
then
exactly like
today-
a Nazi
yeah.
party.
But then
fucking
today,
speech.
I actually posted one today, and it was like if you watch Star Wars,
Yeah.
and where the chancellor was in the Senate and he was
Yeah,
rising up.
yeah,
I
yeah.
posted that one,
Yeah.
and it had Biden's voice as he's speaking,
Mhm.
and they're sitting there talking about freedoms and democracy and all this other shit. And the thing is the other
it's
thing
going to be looked back on so
Yeah.
poorly.
absolutely. And the thing is it's going to be at the point right now. Like, look at what's happened with Trudeau, right?
Yeah.
There's hashtag Trudeau must go. There was over 600,000 posts on Twitter.
Yeah.
Trudeau must go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the thing is, we got to change that
beautiful.
now.
It's
It's got to be
beautiful.
Trudeau for treason. Hashtag Trudeau for treason. Hashtag Holocaust COVID-19.
You know what?
And then also hashtag no war, because he actually raging war on
But-
Putin.
You know what? You know what I think?
On Putin. He wants to rage war on Putin.
With
What the
all,
hell's he
with-
doing?
Hey, with
he's
all.
gonna lose. He's
with-
gonna
Let's,
lose.
let's listen to Luch for a second.
Oh,
here.
oh,
He's
oh,
gonna lose on that one. You know what? I don't know if anybody has actually seen the the military for Russia.
Yeah.
How they actually recruit members for the Russia military.
Do you know what Russia just did?
Yeah, they brought up a lot of guys.
300,000 troops.
300,000.
He has the number 300,000.
And you can't blame him, honestly. At the end of the day, you can't blame him. He
Do you
doesn't
know-
want
do you
the
know how
I
UN.
many-
stand with
Hey,
He doesn't
Putin.
want to. He
Hold
doesn't
on.
want to take over. He does not want the UN to take over the Ukraine. I mean, and most of the people that are in Ukraine identify themselves as Russian. So I mean, like, really, this is really no business of the United States or Canada, because Canada is like, whoa, we're just going
But
to.
that's why they just condemn it. They don't do anything else because they
Yeah.
can't.
They
And
can't.
they don't want to, because even the slightest interaction would set off the worst shit.
And I mean, you're going to send billions of
Um,
dollars over there for a
but-
war that's like Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Afghanistan, if they didn't learn anything from Afghanistan, come on, you're not going to keep on sending stuff over there to.
Okay,
know,
let's
thousands
talk
of
about
military-
Afghanistan.
I know, but even if
Let's talk about Afghanistan. That
Yeah.
is a
We can
fake
go there.
war. It was
Yeah.
a
We can
war
go there.
for oil. It was a war for money. It was a war for the corporations. It was
Sure
not a
was,
war for
man.
freedom.
No,
All of our forefathers that are dead, sitting in graves, that fought in World War II,
Yeah.
that fought for the true freedoms. They
Yeah.
fought for like denazifying this world, right? And these people that went over to Afghanistan, it was all a fight for war, money, and they raped and pillaged. Now, we had a situation that happened this last weekend in Winnipeg we actually offered Veterans for Freedom.
Oh yeah, here's a good one.
All right.
Here's a good one.
Okay.
Bring it on. Okay,
So
here we go.
I told you I was going to
Here we
get to
go.
this.
No, it's okay. It's
Okay,
all
so
good.
there's a group called Veterans for Freedom in Canada, right? And they're connected
We're going
with a
deep
group
here now.
called Police on Guard. And they're also connected with a group called Canada Marches. People might have seen this guy, James Topp, walking across the country, right? Veterans for Freedom. They've got maybe 900 members that only half of them ever stepped foot on foreign ground.
Mhm.
They all actually, they got injured during training, but the thing is they can still call themselves veterans.
Mhm.
There used to be a rule that veterans had to fight
Go to war,
overseas, and you had to wait a 5-year period.
There has to be a
become
certain amount of respect to people
Exactly.
that tried
Before
to.
you
yeah,
would-
yeah,
before
tried
you
and got
would-
injured,
Yeah.
though.
So this
Right.
group is called Veterans for Freedom.
Okay.
Now they were trying to bash everything that we were doing because we were bringing critical mass together,
Mhm.
right? Because the only way that we're going to get through this thing is called critical mass. Critical mass means that we're going to have the people that are all standing together.
And
We
unity,
saw
right?
in
Unity.
January with a convoy in
Beautiful.
yeah. It was, I swear to God, I didn't get to go to Ottawa during the convoy. I stayed behind and looked after
Yeah,
the
that's what
shrapnel
we
in
did,
BC, and that's when I ran all those convoys from northern BC down to Vancouver
Mhm.
for like 4 or 5 months straight.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
These guys came on a couple of the convoys with us, which was great. And the thing is I kept going. I walked away from my family. I walked away from my businesses. I looked at my
That's
wife.
huge,
I said,
man.
look,
That's huge.
I need to do this for my 8-year-old daughter because if she doesn't have the freedoms for what we're going to do, I need to do
Yeah.
this for my daughter because she needs to know what freedom really is. And I don't want to be the dad that turns around. And when my daughter turns around and says, Dad, what did you do to help us with our
Yeah.
freedoms? I didn't want to be that father that turned around and
Yeah.
said, I sat on my ass and did nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
right?
Carmen and I remember, man.
Yeah.
Like,
And these guys
yeah,
here, they're doing it for their kids
Dom was,
too, right?
Dom was the best, man. I mean, like,
Well, the thing is,
honestly,
I had their
yeah.
strength. I had their strength behind me.
Yeah,
I
he
knew
was
that
a-
they
he was a
couldn't
good
leave.
man.
Carm had a business that he couldn't leave
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Luch had his things.
Yeah.
I said, I will sacrifice my family,
Yeah.
my life, because I want my daughter to have the best freedom that she can have.
And
In the
I think,
future.
I think everybody in
Yeah.
this room respects that, and I
Yeah,
hope
he's
everyone watching us
totally,
respects
man.
that.
Well, you know something, if
Um,
they don't, I really don't care because it's not about anyone else. I care about everyone
Sure,
else.
I just
but
hope
thing is,
people
I
are on
care.
that level,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
That they
things
can
more
respect
people,
that.
if more people could step out, this is the problem. People are afraid to speak,
Well,
right? And if I can
Yeah, dude,
empower
man.
somebody
Right
to
here.
sit there and step forward
Yeah.
and say what they need to say, or if they, let's say
Yeah.
you encounter somebody and you're having a conflict with them, and if I can empower somebody to say what needs to be said,
Mm.
that's all I really care about.
exactly.
Totally, man.
Because
Yeah.
we have something in our soul, we know what we want, and we need to move forward with that, right? So if we need to realize the government turns around and says one person can't make a difference,
Mhm.
I say fuck you. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
one
absolutely.
person talks to two, two talks to four, four talks to eight, and there, so on,
And
and
next
so
thing
on,
you
and so
know,
on.
you're on the Crowded
Exponentially.
Room podcast.
Yeah.
In the crowded room broadcast with 5
Hey.
people.
Now,
We're eating some
Here's the thing.
panini and some super sat and some
so,
Asiago.
let me just say, like, this has been one of the best podcasts of all time.
Oh yeah.
One of the best gifts of all time. To future guests, I mean, this is what we're looking for.
Hey,
This
they're
is
fine.
awesome.
They're fine.
Compari over there.
And also, like, I think we're kind of getting towards the end. We're 10 minutes away from the 3-hour mark.
We got an hour to go.
So what I would like to say is, I want to hear a sentiment from all three of you before we go. Whether it takes us past the 3-hour mark or
Right.
not.
And if
you
there
get
is
one,
a
you
lot,
get one, you get one. I
if
want to
there
hear what
is a
each
lot-
of you has to say.
if
and
I can
we'll
say
finish this
something,
up.
if there is a lot left to be said, that's a good thing.
We can come back.
Yeah,
It's a good
dude.
thing to leave them wanting more.
Dude,
Yeah.
the thing is, we
Sure.
could talk to you guys all fucking night. You guys can
Well,
come back.
you know what?
again.
Once we get off the air,
This
we're
is-
going to talk to like 2
This is
o'clock.
his second time here. This is his third time here. This is your
Yeah.
first and not the last.
Well,
So-
no,
so
this is
don't
my
worry
second
about
time
that.
here. I was here last week for 2
You
and a
and
half
I-
hours.
He was.
Yeah.
Hey,
I felt like I was
You
here.
were in the chat and we talked to you on the phone
Yeah.
after. So yeah, you're right. So
Yeah.
anyways, it's not your first time then, and it's also not the last. But
So let's start with Carm because Carm's got
Please
the,
do.
no,
yeah.
actually, I wanted to end with Carm, to be honest.
Do ya?
Yeah.
Personally, I wanted to end with Carm.
Okay.
I wanted you to just say what you have to say. Let him say what he has to say. Let Carm say what he has to say, and then we'll see us all out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this
I love
like uninterrupted?
Yeah.
Please.
Uninterrupted. You got
Or-
5
but-
minutes.
Bapa Booey, Bapa
Oh
Booey.
shit.
No, you can have 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
No,
If you guys
just
want to
say-
interrupt and say something,
Talk till you're done.
Okay.
That's how this works. Talk till you're done and then pass it off.
Talk till you're blue.
So I'll sit there, and my biggest thing that I want to talk to people about is you need to have the strength to stand up for yourself, for your children, and the future generations. Right? There's no other things that we have in this world but our family and our friends. So if we can't stand up for each other, I'll stand for you, him, everyone. I've already done it. I'm going to continue to do it. I'm not going to stop. Right? There's no stop in my voice. There's no stop in my heart, and there's no stop in my stomach. Right? It's all about making sure that everything that I am doing, I will fight to the end of the world to make sure that everybody can be free. We have freedom that we can have in this world. We have different things we can do. We're not going to do it with a gun. We can do it with the tip of a pen. We don't have to do it with the tip of a sword. So we have things that we have coming up. We've got people that are coming up into Prince George area and in all the different areas in British Columbia. And they're going to be coming around the rest of Canada to make sure that we talk to people how they can do things. We've got Dr. Daniel Nagassi coming here next week on Wednesday, the 28th. He's going to come with Po' Boy, who is actually one of the people of the salmon. And he's one of the people of the indigenous groups, because we've actually joined. We put the first white man teepee up that has joined the red and the white together. This happened in Winnipeg. It's sitting there on the ledge grounds in Winnipeg, which is the center of Canada, which is that's where the capital of Canada should be. And that's what it is. So Sipico, right? Hashtag I stand with Sipico. This lady has so much power in terms of what she did with the Pope. She's been face to face with Pope John Paul. She's been face to face with Pope Francis. She's been twice face to face with Queen Elizabeth. The last time she was face to face with Queen Elizabeth, she was 26 years old. She had this cloak on. And when
How old is she now?
She's 32.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. She's 32 years young. This woman has so much power. She was raised by the clan mothers of the original Cree nations. Didn't learn how to speak English until 6 years ago. Now, this lady here, she has so much power. When Luch turned around and said, there's a storm coming, and she turned around and said, I am the storm. She is the storm. Because when she was face to face with the queen, she's been offered a crown twice by the monarchy. The first time it exploded.
Yeah.
The second time she was face to face with Queen Elizabeth, when they went and shook hands, she took off her robe, and her blue regalia, which is the clan mother's regalia, was on. She lit up like a firecracker. She held the hand of the queen and looked her straight in the eyes. And Queen Elizabeth says, so you're the one. So we need to really listen to what this woman's got to say, because the women of the world, they're the ones that actually make sure that we're nurtured. You came from a mom that raised you, right? And we have to respect the women of this world. They brought us life. They feed us. They make sure that we're safe. When somebody screams in a room, you'll see the moms of the room turn around first. You won't see the dads turn around, right? So we have to make sure that we revere the women of the world. If anybody has a chance, watch Avatar, and you'll see what it's all about. You guys are going to probably watch it next week.
I've seen it before.
Yeah.
It's just been a long time.
I've made a point of
James
not
Cameron-
watching it.
Yeah, you
and I
need
should
to watch it
again before we watch number 2 when it comes
Yeah,
out.
it was actually really ironic because there was actually her. So there was a guy by the name of Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye was a guy that she appoints. He's a white man from England, and she appointed him as chief. And he talked about watching Avatar so you can see what the clan mothers are all about, and then we got to revere the women.
I see.
Yeah, I get back from Winnipeg
base it
last
on.
week, and I see a commercial of Avatar that they're doing a 3D version of Avatar on TV.
Avatar 2.
No, Avatar 1.
There's,
No, it's
there's a
Avatar 1,
series
just the
coming out
3D,
as
yeah.
well, like
Yeah.
an animated
Yeah.
series.
Yeah, the thing
there's all
is-
sorts of shit coming.
Well, if you think about everything that's going on, everything has been in movies. And the thing is, they want us to think that
It's been in
movies are
movies.
fake.
Dances with Wolves.
Absolutely.
Was
and
pretty
that is
fucking-
Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dances with Wolves, if you think about it, it was the clan mothers that actually appointed him the name
Yeah.
Dances with Wolves. Right? And the thing is it brought it right back because the indigenous were here before the white man were.
Andrew says, did someone miss the Avatar South Park episode?
Where Dances with Smurfs. Yeah.
Did you guys actually see
Dances
the,
with Smurfs.
Yeah, did you guys
That
actually
was
see
funny.
there's also the Simpsons video that showed when the Queen died?
Yeah.
They showed that the date that she died was
This year.
2022.
This year, yeah, they actually predicted the
Yeah.
the date
South
of the Queen's
Park-
death.
I know. I can't believe
South
it's there.
Park
I
and
honestly can't
Simpsons
believe
Yeah.
have all of the
it. They
predictions.
do. They do.
Yeah.
So-
They broke a wand and said the spell was
Oh,
broken.
easy. Oh, no, easy.
Wow.
Oh,
Well,
where's the paper towel you brought in?
I think
well,
right there.
thank God we all brought a lot of booze here,
Hey,
right? Because
So-
the thing is we have enough. But so here's the thing is we have to revere the women. We have to follow stuff. You're going to actually see in Ottawa, you're going to see a teepee
Yeah.
is going to be erected on Parliament Hill.
Yeah.
When they take the ley lines in Parliament Hill, that's going to tell the rest of Canada that we can do it everywhere.
All right.
So the thing
Okay.
is we need to take the lands everywhere we have. We have to look for our sovereign land because we are sovereign,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So we are also the ones that we have to realize that we, the people, have the power. The other thing that we have going on is we have another gentleman that's coming through Prince George. He's going to be here on the 3rd of October. And his name's Doug Force. And he actually teaches us about constitutional committees and constitutional conventions.
Okay.
So he actually will teach us how we can write a constitution municipally, provincially, and federally.
That's
How we
good
can actually-
information.
It is good. It's
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'll come on.
Brilliant guy,
I'll
brilliant guy.
actually I'll come on the week before he comes, so we get more people out there.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do an
Doug-
event for him.
Doug will even come on.
I'd really appreciate
Doug,
it.
Doug will actually come on and he'll talk to you guys.
He's a
I'd
brilliant
appreciate it too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hope we have all three of you back at some
guy.
point.
You know what?
Yeah, oh, we
He's
will.
brilliant, man.
Yeah. It's
But he's
kind
talking
of
about
tough to
bringing
have
two
all
other
three of us
people on.
together because we don't actually get all the information out because
Yeah,
we need to
and
like a
that's okay.
24-hour
We're fine.
podcast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's okay though because it gives us more to talk about next time.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
anyways, so
so-
when Doug comes through, he'll talk about how we can actually get our allodial land titles, right? So people that
Yeah.
own land, right?
Yeah.
Like the corporation doesn't have a allodial title of our land, and he'll teach us how we can get a allodial title of our land.
Yeah.
He'll also teach us how to get our birthrights back and get our birth trust. That there's thousands upon millions of dollars in our birth trust that we can claim back from the monarchy.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Well,
he teaches
We
that.
It
should,
is-
we
it is
should
totally
almost
done.
have a podcast just based on that.
Oh yeah, I'll bring
he's
Doug.
Smart. He's a
Yeah.
You know,
smart guy.
that'll
Very
be a
smart guy.
special like podcast just on that.
Oh, absolutely.
you know?
I'll bring Doug separately, and he'll
Oh,
do a
yeah.
podcast
He's
with
good
you guys. I'll make sure that he comes on the Thursday, and then when he does his event, will be like the Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
All right, Dom.
Yeah.
Well, honestly,
And so, anyway, so let me finish off here. That
okay, yeah.
yeah. So my finishing parts about it is, I will help people to empower themselves
I bet
because
you
they
will.
have to realize they need to empower themselves.
Yeah.
They need to find out the why of what they're doing. They need to know what's going on. Do a little bit of research, and if you don't have the information, ask. And there's a lot of us that have the information that will actually help them out. We're only looking after the better interest of every single person that's coming through, right? Every person that I encounter, I've encountered millions of people across Canada. I've done 3 trips across Canada in 6 months.
There's nothing to gain from doing this aside from helping people.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't make money from it. The thing is in the end, if we're free and we can
Yeah.
actually stand together and stand under a constitution that's written by we the people
Yeah.
have the power. We need to realize that we have the power. It's not anyone else. If
Yeah.
we stand
Yeah,
together, we can stand together as one, and we have more power. If we think the government has the power, you're fucking stupid. Don't.
Yeah,
like, I'm
I
just calling
love
it
it.
straight out. You're stupid because we are the ones that put them in power.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is they're sitting there thinking that they are the masters and we're the servants.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You're the servants and we're the masters. And
We
once we
voted him in.
realize that we have the power to
We
do that with
voted him
them,
in.
and we need to sit there and move forward. And if we stand together and do that as one, we have this knocked out in the park. And that's what it's going to take. And once we do it in Canada, the rest of the world, because right now
we're an example for the rest of the world.
Absolutely.
The trucker thing was
not just
an
that.
example for the rest of the world. It was seen worldwide, and it's talked about worldwide still to this day.
I'm gonna say one word. The white hats.
That's more than one word.
The white hats. They turned around and said that we're the tip of the sword. Canada's the tip of the sword. I've been in contact with the white hats. I've been in contact with the Patriots in England. I've been in contact with the Patriots in Australia. I've been in contact. I have podcasts, not podcasts, but I have Zoom calls with multiple countries across the world.
Yeah.
And they're wondering when we're going to sit there and start burning those fucking hay bales on the highway. When we start standing up for ourselves, like the way that they did in the Netherlands,
like they were doing on the train tracks before this whole pandemic.
You know what?
Well, look what happened with the Wet'suwet'en.
Right?
Yeah, Wet'suwet'en.
2020 was like that,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Oka, they did that on the train tracks. But the thing is we got to stop being the nice guys, and we got to say enough is enough, and say to everyone else, hashtag Trudeau for treason, hashtag Holocaust COVID-19, hashtag no war, hashtag come back Canada.
There we go. I think Trudeau for treason is fucking harsh.
Oh, yeah,
and
it
even if it is valid, it's fucking harsh.
It is.
It's,
You don't want to hear the harshness.
it's a lot to ask the entire country to swallow. But if we could just say Trudeau must go to anything.
See, the thing is, Trudeau must go. Where must he go? Must he go to Costa Rica? Must he
Wherever
go to
the fuck Pierre Elliott went, and he can
Pierre Elliott's in hell. Pierre Elliott's in hell. So why not Trudeau to hell? Trudeau to hell. Would you actually like that one?
Yeah, sure. No. What I'm saying is, when you go that extreme, you get pushback.
No. The thing is you have to look at the treasonous things that he's done against us, right? If you see, people have to realize what he's actually done. Who else has actually locked us in our houses there, Alex?
No,
absolutely no one.
Yeah. Who else has actually tried to get an experimental drug jabbed into our bodies?
The problem is half the not half, whatever percent cares and will comply to that. Those people are the ones we have to get on our side, right?
Nice driveway, motherfuckers.
Nice driveway.
Nice driveway.
Hey, everybody, someone pass this to Carm.
Give me that car.
Here you go. You
Nice
take this.
You can't give Carmen the black
No.
glass.
Nice driveway, everybody.
Nice driveway, Carm.
All right. And with that being said,
Salute.
Ladies and gentlemen, fuck Trudeau. Right?
hold up.
Fuck Trudeau.
Hashtag-
Now.
Hashtag.
Somebody turn
Trudeau
Dom's
must
mic
go.
off for a second here. It's Luciano's turn to talk.
Am I done?
Yeah.
I think we're all done. Pretty quickly.
No.
No.
These guys get their final fucking
Absolutely.
words.
Anyway, so
And-
all I want to say, last thing.
Last thing,
I love absolutely everybody.
I love listening to you.
and I
Chuck.
love listening to you
Okay,
as well.
and I love everybody.
I want you
I love
back
you.
on here like next month, like every month.
Next
you should
week?
be on here.
Once
Not
a
next
month, I
week.
think we should come
Every
back.
once a month, we should have
I
at
think we
least
should come back.
like, man, I want all you guys.
I
on
think
here
I
once
think
a month.
Carm's.
God
You know
damn.
what?
Next
I
week
like to
is
feel we
a
got
little
here.
soon. We
I
got to
know.
keep the drip kind
Yeah.
of. We got to
We-
keep
we-
people
and the variety.
And one more.
drip.
And
Yeah,
here's the
yeah.
thing: is I'll tell you, I've got a lot more.
I
And
know.
I want to let people know
And-
about down the road.
Exactly.
And the thing is
Yeah.
they need to learn. Here's the only thing.
You got 1 minute.
Okay, here's my final minute. Okay, my
It's
minute.
like Jerry Springer.
It's
Yeah.
like Kill Tony. You got
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay.
Uninterrupted.
Final thoughts.
my final
I'll
thoughts.
give you a meow.
Final thoughts by the
A
walk.
meow when you're done.
Final
Hello.
thoughts by the walk.
I see.
Right?
I go.
Yeah. So here's the one thing. We need to empower ourselves. We need to stand strong. We need to look after our children, our wives, our husbands, our neighbors.
Amen.
Right. The other thing that we need to do is we need to sit there, do a little bit of research. We need to take a look at everything. When somebody turns around and says something to you, don't sit there and yell at them. Don't sit there and give them the Trudeau salute or half a peace sign. What you need to do is you need to sit there and take the fiduciary responsibilities. I said fiduciary, right?
Oh, that's a big
The fiduciary
that went
responsibility.
right over my head.
Yeah.
Our fans are looking it up as we speak.
Yeah.
I do not know what
breaking the
fiduciary.
internet.
Okay.
Hey, Joe
I'm,
Rogan.
I'm pretending like I know what it means till later.
Robert Malone. Remember when Robert Malone actually said that there? They broke the internet.
Oh, exactly. So
Yeah,
fiduciary.
so
So me and Robert Malone are actually talking about fiduciary responsibilities. We need to take the fiduciary responsibilities to look up everything. When somebody says something, don't chastise them, but investigate what they have to say first. And then with education comes knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge comes power. Power comes victory. And at that point there, we will all win as long as we respect our neighbors. Anybody, doesn't matter what creed, color, race, we need to respect each other and we need to listen to each other, and we will win this, and we need to love each other. We need to make sure that the creator that has given us the land that's under our feet, that we actually respect what's under our feet, and we take ownership of what's under our feet.
All right. No.
Hell yeah, brother.
So now, Luciano,
Man.
you got up to 5 minutes, but you know,
No, I'm
like,
not
you
gonna
know
do
what? If
it,
you could keep it to a minute, that'd be
Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna say that much because I think Dom covered it all, man. I'm like,
I think he did.
I just gotta,
think he did.
I just gotta say, number one, shout out to you guys, right, Carm. That's right, man.
How come I can read it?
Carman has for
That's
city
what we're gonna do.
council.
We're gonna show up. We're gonna show up at and you know, Mr. PG on the corner. We're just gonna get Carm in there, man. We got to get Carm into this city council and all that kind of stuff, right? I mean, like,
my vote's for Carm.
vote
but
for
if
Carm,
another
man.
freedom
Get out
fighter
there
gets in there,
if you have
I'm
never
happy,
voted,
you know what I mean? Like,
if you've never been out there and voted,
I've never voted city council at all. That's why I had so many questions.
I've never voted before, so
you know what I mean? Like I just want to shout out to all.
This will be the first time I vote for city council. It'll be for
city
Carm.
council, and you don't have to go in there and vote for some of these shills because there's a lot of them.
Yeah,
they're just like they're barking dogs, really. At the end of the day, like, I mean, I can go on and on, but at the end of the day, you know what? Just get out there and vote. I mean, Carm, in my opinion, is like he's a stand-up guy, a family man. You know, Carolyn's she's a beautiful woman, and for every good man, there's a good woman, right? So
absolutely,
I always shout out. I always want to forget. I don't want to forget about the women out there and the mama bears and stuff like that, right? Because they stand tall, man. I mean, like, there's a lot of people out there that are hurting, and biggest thing that I number one, I've had a lot of tequila.
Yeah, there you go. And that's why we can sit here and say Carolyn is a gorgeous lady. Like she is, and she reminds me physically, not at all, but spiritually, she reminds me of my mother a lot. Like you've met my mother, and it's very coerced. It's very simpatico. Physically, Carolyn is insanely fucking talented.
Yeah.
And not anywhere near my mother, but spiritually, I kind of feel the same kind of vibe.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, right. Like, and it's insane that
it is. I went
to
to
Domenic.
Many different yoga instructors. I always wondered, like, but Carolyn's well beyond
insanely talented.
So let's make it a pact tonight.
What's that? We're going to yoga on Sunday.
No, 5. No, I can't go Sunday.
Well, I'll go to yoga on Sunday. That's a pact.
On Sunday there's a toy run, so I'm gonna be out with the old biker boys, right?
Oh, the biker boys.
So at the bottom of Pete Hill, let's just plug that right now, because at the bottom of University Hill, we're gonna come down. These guys are gonna be at University.
Actually, you know what? I got a thing that covers everything. So anyone that supports
You're
me,
about to go over that.
Yeah, we gotta.
So why don't you do your final monologue?
Okay, wait. Then? He can do his monologue, but before I go there, I just want to say thank you to you guys.
Thank you.
You know, Alex and Jeremy. Like, honestly, like,
really, thank you. And
I'm so happy.
The invite is extended anytime you ever want to.
Yeah. I'm so
happy
the
that
word
you
guys
and
invited
it's
us
done.
back. And then, of course, then I told Dom, I'm like, we got to go back, because like we've been around this country so many times now, and back and forth. And, if you've never gone on a convoy, man, I tell you, like, once you go on the first one, it is the greatest feeling.
Right.
Because there's like people that really care about our country. And whether you're male, female, mother, father, and you got, like I was just in Camp Hope, and there was a family of 8 from Grand Prairie. And they were just like the greatest family. And they came always to my trailer. Dom will even, he'll attest to this, but they came over and they were just knocking on the door, and they just like, because I go by on PG Real News, I go by, Lucky Luciano.
Luch.
I go like Lucky Luciano, right? So
Yeah.
they're not going to remember.
It's a famous
Luciano.
name.
So they was like, "Hey, Lucky, are you up? Are you up?" And then they made me a little. I didn't wear it tonight, but they made me a little bracelet. It said freedom, and these. Oh man, I gotta tell you, man. We've
That
had
means
it.
more to you than a lot of things.
Yeah, it does, man. You know what? I just want to say, like, there's not a lot that I can say, but what I can say is
People are amazing.
you guys, your guys' audience and your podcast, I've loved you guys from day one. You guys got a good platform. Keep going. You know what I mean? And we're gonna keep going. We're gonna do what we got to do to save this country.
Hell yeah.
Carm's on my side, right? Because he knows that we've been through thick and thin, right? And Dom knows that too, right? I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop what I'm gonna do. And
I don't think anybody in this room is.
Yeah, and I mean, like at the end of the day, we're all one.
Yeah.
Like even if sometimes, like I've met families where they're just like, "Hey, man, we pray for you guys." We don't have the resources all the time to donate other things and pay for gas and all that kind of stuff, and that's okay. You know what? I do this for what I do, and I stand up for everybody. I do this because it's what God's telling me to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were in Camp Hope, and Dom's just like, "Oh, you can't yell at people." I said, "Oh, I'm not yelling at people. I just like
yelling with
passion.
them.
I'm just passionate. I'm just Italian.
I'm just Italian. When I go like this,
it's out of love, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Like everyone that's listening tonight, it's we're all unified. We're all one. You do it for me. I'm going to do it for you, and God bless.
Exactly.
God bless. Right?
And to the
guys,
end of the world.
I love your guys' podcast.
We're here for each
Thank
other.
you. Thanks,
And hey,
Luch.
this podcast is here for you.
Here for all you guys.
For the extent that it does reach, anytime you ever want, just say the word, you're there.
Yep.
I can't thank you enough for what you've done for us.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I won't accept any thanks because you've done the work here.
All you guys do way more than we do. We are
offer
an
a
outlet
platform.
a platform for you guys. Like you guys are the front line in this
you're
sense.
the fodder of what we are. We just
and without getting into
when you
it too
see
much
us
here,
by
I mean, like,
I
when you
appreciate
see us by ourselves, we're just doing dick jokes and
Dude.
fucking talking shit to each other. This is actual substantial content.
but the truth is, we all agree with you guys. So
there's people out there, and I'm going to do a shout out to,
quick
Art
shout
and
out.
Curtis.
Please do.
Art and Curtis right now.
King Arthur.
They're
King Arthur and Dozer.
Arthur. You find them on Facebook and stuff like that. Man, these guys are out there, and they're sitting out in Winnipeg right now. They're on their way out to Ottawa, and they're going to set up a TP on the legislate. There's a lot of stuff that that we can reveal a lot of things, but we're not going to do it behind the scenes.
All right.
But these guys are just like, they're hardcore. They care about this country. Really, at the end of the day, we only have 35 million people. It's not like we have a lot of million people.
The thing
we've
is,
got a big country.
But we've actually
We've got a big country.
We've touched a lot of people in this country.
Yeah.
if we even touch 300 people,
Canadians
I'm happy,
need to come.
I mean?
It's the biggest thing that I'm going to say right now, and I can't wait till I come back. You know what? But the biggest thing I just want to say is, whether you're vaxxed or whether you're unvaxxed, because we've talked a little bit about both sides. Because we love everybody.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And we need to unify.
Mm-hmm.
This country's been so divided right now, and Justin Trudeau has done a great number on a lot of families.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say that we just need to love each other again, because that's the way that I remember Canada. Canada was
Trudeau
always
salute,
like,
have a peace sign.
yeah, we just, I just feel sorry for people that just hate the freedom fighters. We're out there just fighting for Canada. That's all we're doing.
You know what?
That's all we're doing,
I have a lot
man.
of people on my own Facebook list that are honestly, like, for me, it was hard to post these kind of post my podcast in general on Facebook, because I know out of the fucking 700 people that are my friend on Facebook, I know that there's a couple hundred that don't agree with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Facebook for me is just about a way to keep in touch with some people. But like if people don't agree with basic freedom, then it really doesn't matter to me if
why do you want to keep in touch with people that
that's what I'm getting at.
Here's the thing.
Let me just say.
Here's the thing: is the people that don't agree, they don't understand. Go ahead.
All I'm trying to say is like it was hard for me to even like post this my own podcast. I don't think it was until episode like 15 or 20 that I actually like started posting my own podcast on my own Facebook, right? Just because of the way I thought people might like look at me, just because we support like not getting vaxxed and just freedom, basic freedom. We don't go over the board with it. We don't, like we're not like overly extreme. We're just like kind of libertarian, just kind of defending our own rights and like our things that we think we should be able to like make our own choices over. And so anyways, that's all I wanted to say.
Your guys'
But,
members on all the people that actually.
We really appreciate the chat.
The chat's huge, man. I
So,
love everyone.
Carm's been waiting patiently, very patiently.
Can I say something really quickly?
Yes,
what you said?
What you said.
I want to appreciate what you just said.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's not about whether you're vaxxed or unvaxxed.
Yeah.
It's not about anything else. It's about us being human beings and caring about each other. Right.
Absolutely.
And the fact is you care about everybody just as much as we do.
Yeah.
And they got to realize that the people that are actually fighting for them actually care about them. We're not trying to do anything to actually demean anybody else. We're not there to sit there and say that you're wrong for what you did. You made your decisions that you did, but just know that we support you.
Yeah.
And we know that we are there for you, and we're there to sit there and support any decisions you make.
The other side are fighters too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But just not freedom fighters.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter where. So if everybody wants freedom, but it's a different way.
No. They care less about freedom and more about what we would call medical safety. I don't know.
Well, medical tyranny. We call it medical tyranny.
So, with all that being said, I want Carm to have his chance. He's waited fucking patiently.
I want to shout out the chat.
Yeah,
real
do
quick.
it. Let Alex get it in there.
And I'm very sorry, Carm.
In my belly.
Carolyn says, love you guys. Andrew says, I never met these boys, but they bring booze and food. He says, I like saying connected
Italians.
more than touched. It sounds a bit better. Okay, thank you.
Carolyn says, heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji,
Thank
heart
you,
emoji.
Carolyn.
Thanks.
We love everybody. We love everybody. We
Sarah
love everybody.
Fisher says, heartemoji.ca.
I don't know what that one means.
Anyways, Carm, with
Andrew would
without
like to meet Carm.
Without any further ado, can we have a button here getting pressed?
Carm.
Hey, you come over here.
Woo! Without any further ado, we're gonna have Carm's final statement, and then we're gonna wrap this up, guys. And anything else can be said in the part 2,
This
3,
is
4,
the
5,
literal
6,
final thoughts from Jerry
17,
Springer.
22.
What's that?
Carm, you have the full stage.
Yeah, Carm, it's all you.
Anyone that actually knows me, literally, one of my best friends, I truly 100% believe that love and that energy and that frequency is the frequency. Thank you so much, Alex, for your beautiful story.
I love you, Carm.
It means a lot. Thank you so much, dude. And I swear to God, dude, I still have kids today. I know
and I can see myself in those kids.
I know what's going on, and I know what my role is and stuff too, and I'm going to do it in the community. I have proven it over and time again. That's how democracy works. That's how science works.
Yeah.
And I will 100% have the courage and bravery to make sure I'm speaking for what I believe is the majority. It is the majority, and it's about time someone actually speaks up, and change is going to happen only that way. Let's thank you guys very much. I have a whole bunch of events coming up, and the way that I'm going to do my strategy is way different than everyone does their strategy. I need you. I need all the people. I need everyone to show up. I'm going to give you a document of the way I'm going to do it, and it's going to be different than everyone else. and it's all about people power. And that love frequency is like impossible to, and and when I go in there too, and my actual strategy, my literal strategy, I'm like, how are you gonna do that? I'm like, I'm gonna empower them. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
they're gonna build their own houses. Watch it. I swear to you, I know it. I can feel it. They're gonna do it. Watch it happen.
A purpose.
If we give them a chance, and then we say, and then we create their own area, but we say like, hey, and it involves, you cannot do crime outside this area. That doesn't disqualify you, but you're going to give you this spot, and this spot that you're at, you watch them. Watch them. It'll be unbelievable. I'll be guaranteed. Yeah, the city's gonna have to clean up the garbage, and they're gonna have to watch the success happen, and they're also gonna have to release the.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
He's good.
He's fine. He's fine.
Get the big one. Get the big one.
Honestly, the small one's better.
Keep going. You were on a great path there.
Yeah, but just
Don't
basically,
lose your thought.
I just wanna. They're gonna build their own houses. They're gonna live. I'm gonna empower them. I'm gonna empower them in every way. It has to be every level first. It has to be a social culture. People that come and the thing is, right now with the homeless, which is one of the number one population, on top of accountability and responsibility, which I already spoke of, I will speak up and I don't care. And if they try to do something to me, I have enough friends. I'm gonna say, hey, they're trying to do this. I'll make it public, and it will get out. So anything, they can't stop me. Okay. So it's already happening. They're already like, holy fuck. You know what? $20 million, and then pay the city manager $2 million and $7 million and $2 million.
Blah, blah. Yeah.
Come on.
Money.
No
Next
more.
thing you know, you're over budget on a fucking project
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. It's nuts.
by fucking $10 million.
Well, at the very least, you know what? I'm not in there yet, but it will all be revealed at the very minimum. And as far as the homeless people go on, because that's the number one platform that everyone's running on, is that I am literally gonna have every single piece. Like I said, there'll be a spiritual component. If they would like, it will happen. It'll be like indigenous. I'm gonna bring in a sweat lodge. And by the way, I've done 50 sweat lodges. They're unbelievable. So everything we spoke of today, and I swear to God, before I heard any of this stuff before too, the female, for me personally, for I don't know what it is, but it's like when it's warrior style.
Oh yeah.
But the elder, I don't know why. For me, it's like way stronger than the man. I don't know why, but maybe there's something there because I've done so many things in the sweat lodge too, which I recommend for everyone to do. And I do it in class. But I was like, what the hell are you doing? And I heard in yoga, Carolyn does similar things, but not quite. But the actual animal sounds and stuff, it's very. I swear, if you do it and you're in there, you're like pain and
We've done that tongue out breathing
It's amazing.
I would like to say, Carm, I know a lot of spiritual people who dismiss logic, and you're not one of them. Like you have both sides of them very strongly, and I fully believe in you, not only as a coach and a mentor, but as someone who can lead this city to a better future and deal with some of the issues in this town. So you 100% have my vote and my support.
Thank you so much.
And
I'm
is
gonna
there anything else you want to say?
Luciano's gonna have a document. It's gonna have a way. Anyone that's to support me is gonna have every kind of date, anything. If you want real change, nothing's gonna happen, guys. Vote especially. And this is where I'm already called. It's already happening. I'm already saying to the if you keep voting for the same guys and the whole system,
nothing changes.
Garbage. Nothing's gonna change. And it's gonna be. We are gonna create that change.
Yeah.
We the people. We are gonna create that change.
Yeah.
Thank you
All
guys.
right. Well,
one love.
We're gonna see us all out now, Carm. That was amazing. All you guys, thank you for being here. This has been a legendary podcast. Definitely our longest. We broke records tonight. If we don't do it with the views, we did it with the duration. So hell yeah!
Man, much love.
If you're watching right now, smash that like button.
I love you all. We got more views than we did half an hour ago. I love you guys so much.
Woo! Let me play us out with some music.
Sunday toy run. We're gonna be at the bottom of University Hill,
Really?
right on foothills.
Doing an
Farm
actual
science,
protest.
everything, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
wow!
farm.
We're gonna
Okay.
more than one.
You let me know. I'll be there.
Hell yeah.
Luciano.
All right, guys. And with that,
Wait a
here's the
second.
end.
Wait a second.
Oh.
Wait before
Wait.
September 28th.
No, let's play some
No.
tunes.
Dr. Nagassi at the Bon Voyage,
Yeah.
and on October 3rd at the Bon Voyage will actually be Doug Force talking about constitutional committees. 7:00, both places. We will sit there and try to help you win.
All right.
Kadma
You heard the man.
for council.
You heard the man. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you for staying with us for over 3 hours.
We love you guys. Thank you so much.
Fucking awesome.
Carm for council.
Carm for council.
Carm for council.
Hell yeah.
So fast, never think about dying. Pulls up in the dark and we hang out with the Batman. Scars on my knuckles cause we fucking with the wolf gang. Switchblade shining, night bright whining. Stars in my eyes when the moonlight shines in. Murder rap all first track. Killing shit cause I've been thinking suicide. On the second I don't care, just accept it. Like swipe and get doomed. Switchblade coming soon. Chills on your spine when we holler to the fucking moon. Still shut bright. Eyes wide shut, now slice with the right sword. Blood on my fist, knife test, my wrist, moonshine on the blade, just cruising through the mist. Middle of the midnight, think twice about the motherfucking quick knife. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenading in the moonlight. I've been to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes where they go running high. Let me know when alive when the union arrives. And it'll be the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knife. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenading in the moonlight. I'm into the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes better go running high. Let me know when alive when the union arrives. And it'll be the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knife. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenading in the moonlight. I've been to the fucking sky cause the moon bright. You know they say when the stars in my eyes where they go running high. Let me know when alive when the union arrives.
My brother gave his life hunting the enemy. His task is now mine.
Switchblade. Sorry for the waiting, sleeping in that motherfucking bed. Ever since you made it, tell me that you hate it. Tell me you can't tell me you forsaken. God about Satan. Tell me you ain't thinking. Tell me that you made it all the way to hell. Circle of creation. I ain't patient, but you learn this shit like special education, special medication that you take it. Hating you can save it, taking you to Satan. Be a strangulation, permanent vacation full of laceration. Sorry for the waiting, sleeping in that motherfucking bed. Ever since you made it, tell me that you hate it. Tell me you can't take it. Watch Watch me in this life twice. Overkill from knife slice. Take me to the dark side. Fucking burning paradise. Throw me in the flames and I come alive. Demons in the afterlife. Awake me from a poltergeist. We die tonight. Tell me you will say you got it. Bow to Satan. Tell me you ain't thinking. Tell me that you made it all the way to hell. Circle of creation. I ain't patient, but you learn this shit like special education. Special negative.